My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. Welcome all of you for today's session of Satyadarshana. So today's topic, who has a problem? What is the problem we are trying to solve? What is the problem we are trying to solve? What is all this self-knowledge, self-realization and all? Right? All this Brahman and all these things are too much of a data, knowledge. What is self-realization according to you? What is self-knowledge according to you? What do you think is self-knowledge? There is a great philosopher in Greece. He was known as a great man, great wise man. Some of the people wanted to find out who is the greatest, wisest man in Greece. They go to oracle. Oracles, they have some intuitive powers. The oracle says, Socrates is the greatest man, greatest wise man in Greece. So they rush to Socrates and Garvani. You are the wisest man. Then Socrates says, what is, I know nothing. There must be some mistake. You go and tell your oracle that this fellow knows nothing. So there must be some mistake. Then they go back to oracle to tell Socrates knows nothing. The oracle laughs and says, he knows nothing. That's why he is the wisest. You know nothing. That's why you are the wisest. How come? How is it possible that if you know nothing, you become the wisest? In our language, in our modern, in our understanding of life, somebody knows a lot becomes wise, knowledgeable. But knowledgeable doesn't mean wise. One who has 5 degrees, 4 PhDs, or 2 PhDs, so much of knowledge. He is knowledgeable, but not wise. What is the difference between knowledge and wisdom? What is the difference between knowledge and wisdom? So application of knowledge is wisdom. But application of knowledge, if you come to know that you know nothing, then what are you? So somebody, doctor has studied medicine. After 5 years, he has applied knowledge and he becomes an expert doctor. But if you get a self-knowledge and apply the knowledge and you come to know that you know nothing, then what are you?
That knowledge that I know nothing is wisdom.
I know application, I know nothing is called wisdom.
Nothing.
Nothing. Right? So all this business of enlightenment, I know nothing. How can you know nothing? You can know a thing, but how can you know nothing? What do you know in deep sleep? What was there in deep sleep? Nothing. So you know nothing. So in waking state, there is something. Okay? In waking state, there is something. You know something. In deep state, there is nothing. You know nothing. One who knows nothing and something is beyond both. That is the illuminating principle. That's what you are. The knowing principle. Illuminating principle. That's all is self-knowledge. It is not got by doing some practices. A simple, direct understanding of life is self-realization. We want very complicated technologies, techniques, methods, processes, systems, purification measure systems. Simply, if you come to know that you know nothing, you're done. But we are not ready to accept I know nothing. I know Vedanta. I have so much of knowledge. We want to say, I know something. Let us understand who has a problem. Only one who has a problem is seeking a solution. Somebody seeks enlightenment because he has a problem. Who is seeking enlightenment? He is seeking enlightenment because I am suffering. I have to get rid of suffering. I have a problem. Who is that who is suffering? Who is that who has a problem? So, Socrates, the great philosopher of Greece, he says, most important thing is to know yourself. Know thyself is most important thing in life. Know thyself. So, he says, unexamined life. You examine your life. Unexamined life is not worth living. That's the second statement. So then he says, I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. All our suffering is coming because we want to know something. Jnanam bandha.
Why does it people money server with server?
One who sarvadna means one who knows knowledge of everything because he has nothing to know. See, from our concept point of view, okay, somebody has, let's say, has read one book and 10 or somebody has read 100 books or 1,000 books. He is sarvadna. More knowledge you have, you are sarvadna. But somebody has nothing to read. What is he? No. Somebody who knows something and does not something, he is ignorant. Ignorant means I don't know something. Somebody has come to a stage where he has nothing to know. Then what is he?
Yeah.
He is sarvadna because he has nothing to know. Even if you have read 1 million books or everything on the universe, still there will be something to know, something pending.
What does that person mean? By knowing which you will know everything.
That's what it means. Everything means by knowing which you know everything means there's nothing more to know. There's nothing more to know is there. Only if you come to a conclusion, I know nothing. Because to know a thing, I should be separate from a thing. Okay. So if I'm not separate from anything, I have nothing to know.
Vidya is a kanchuka.
Huh?
Vidya is a kanchuka.
Vidya is a bondage. Kanchuka means bondage. So even if you know everything in the world, everything, let us say there is somebody who is sarvadna, who is expert in knowing everything in the world. Still one thing he doesn't know. What? Himself. If he knows himself, for him there's nothing to know because himself is everything. This is the paradox of life.
Knowing principle itself.
Knowing principle is everything. So if you say I know everything, that means I don't know myself. The knowing principle. If I know my knowing principle, the knowing principle is everything. That's why I have nothing to know. Then you are sarvadna. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, that I know nothing. So your concept of what you realize, what is realization, is ultimately you have to come to know that you know nothing.
Does that mean that I know nothing? Because I, as the body, mind, intellect, doesn't know anything. There is a seer who knows everything.
I as a body and mind intellect is still separate from other body and mind intellect. So I as a body and mind intellect, I have many things to know. Okay. If I am not the body and mind intellect, and body and intellect, mind and everything is me, then I have nothing to know. I am everything. That's why I have nothing to know.
I am all those things.
I am everything. That's why I have nothing to know. If I am something, then always there is something else to know.
Nothing other than me.
So there's nothing other than me. That's why I have nothing to know. This is the paradox.
That is only knowing the essence.
There's nothing called essence also means there's something superficial. So there is we have what we call as body and mind. Mind we call as manas, buddhi, ahankara, chitta. Mano, buddhi, ahankara, chitta, which is called antakarana, and the body. So the I principle, which is Brahman, the consciousness, eliminates this body, mind, and intellect. Then intellect becomes alive. Intellect feels separate from the world. Intellect says, I am the knower. Intellect only can say, I am the knower. Of course, intellect eliminated by the I principle, intelligence. Intelligence, when it eliminates the intelligence, when it eliminates the mind, it's called intellect.
The knowing principle.
Yeah, it inherits the knowing principle. It becomes alive with the knowing principle. Intellect becomes alive with the knowing principle. That's why, yeah. Or mind becomes alive with the knowing principle. That's called intellect. Intelligence gets limited to intellect. Intellect is limitation of intelligence. Intelligence is infinite. So now intellect is the one who is able to understand life, has knowledge or ignorance. Intellect becomes the knower. Intellect when it works to the body, it says, I am the body. Because body also becomes eliminated. The body also becomes alive. So now intellect is not able to differentiate body and I. Whatever is eliminated, it says I. Body is alive. That's why I say I am body. So intellect stands as a body and experiences karma. The knower. Intellect is the knower. Intellect becomes the doer when it starts working. And there is when results are based on the results, something favorable, something unfavorable, mind gets agitated. Mind means lower mind here. So intellect says, I am the sufferer also, or I am the enjoyer. Because everywhere that life is there, aliveness is there. Intellect is not able to say where is the aliveness boundary. Where is the conscious and matter boundary is there, it is not able to distinguish. Body becomes alive, I am the body. Mind becomes alive, I am the mind. Intellect is alive, I am the intellect. So wherever that the light of Atma Jyoti is spreading, that appears to be alive within the body-mind complex. So the confusion is, you're not able to separate the light from the effect of light. Effect of light is intellect is becoming active. Effect of light is mind is becoming active. Effect of light is body becoming active. It's like electricity is there, fan becomes active. Electricity is there, bulb becomes active. So the knower has a problem. The whole spiritual journey is done by the knower.
What is ego?
The knower is the ego. Knower confuses itself with the
Or not same.
knower confuses. The ego is the one which confuses consciousness with the knower, consciousness with the doer, consciousness with the enjoyer. Ultimately, ego appears as knower first. So knower has jnana or knower has jnana. The solution is given to the knower. Ajnana has to be removed through jnana. Atma jnana or enlightenment, something is beyond your head or beyond your something which cannot be understood. No. Atma jnana is clarity which is arrived by the knower. It is as good as any other clarity. It's not like something mystical or magical. It's a clear description. So many people think that Atma is something I can't understand. It's beyond mind. It's so mysterious. It's mystic. No. The knower gets a clarity to distinguish between the body, mind, intellect, and the light, Atma Jyoti. The correction is happening at the mind level, buddhi level, intellect level. Correction is not happening at the Atma level. Correction is happening in the mind. So that's why mana eva karana manshana bandhayo. With the mind only you have to know. That's what scriptures say. People think that Atma is beyond mind, something has to happen beyond mind. They'll perpetually search for something which they cannot catch. Ignorance is their mind, knowledge is there. Mana eva karanam manshana bandhamoksha. Manasaiva. So if you don't understand the mind, with the mind only you have to understand, mind only you have to become free. You'll keep on searching for something which is illusionary. When you bring the Atma to the knowledge at the mind level, then it becomes as easy or as simple as any other subject learning. Ignorance is there. I have ignorance of English, I get knowledge of English. Otherwise, you'll end up in a mystical process which is never ending. And everybody thinks that he has enlightened or something because his own individual experience will count as an enlightenment. It's simple knowledge which you are seeking. That's called Atma Dana. So Atma Dana or knowledge of self is for removing the ignorance of the self. Knowledge of self is for removing the ignorance of self. Like knowledge of physics will remove the ignorance of physics. Knowledge of self will remove the ignorance of the self. This is as simple as that. Because people don't understand the simplicity of Atma Dana, they make it complex and mystical, miraculous. Knowledge of physics removes the ignorance of physics. Knowledge of Atma will remove the ignorance of Atma. Is there any complicated? Only thing is, subject matter of physics is object matter. It's related to object. Knowledge of Atma is a pure subject, which is not available to sense organ. But one who understands and knows is the Atma only. Through the intellect. No, I'm saying, see, intellect becomes alive. It has a knowledge and ignorance. But intellect itself is an inert instrument. Who made it alive? The Atma. In reality, everything is superimposed on Atma. Adnana is superimposed on Atma, Dnana is superimposed on Atma. Even the Atma doesn't have anything. So, who knows? Who has ignorance? Atma has ignorance. Who has ignorance is removed? Atma's ignorance is removed. In reality, Atma, nothing has happened to Atma. See, intellect itself, there's no meaning in saying intellect itself has ignorance, intellect has to be ignorance has to be removed. Because intellect is an inert element. Intellect which has become alive is called Jiva. The Jiva has ignorance. Jiva's ignorance is removed to Jnana. But Jiva is also not independent. Jiva is nothing but Atma only, appearing as Jiva. So who has ignorance? The Jivatma has ignorance. Jivatma has ignorance. Jivatma functions through the body-mind complex. The Jivatma has ignorance. Jivatma stands as knower first. Jivatma says, I am the knower. Jivatma becomes the doer. Jivatma becomes the enjoyer. So Jivatma, who has ignorance, the ignorance of Jivatma is removed through Jnana. Jivatma through Jnana comes to know that I am not the body, which means I am not the doer, I am not the mind, I am not the enjoyer, I am the knower also, not the knower also. I am not the intellect also. I am consciousness. The matter ends there. So which term you want?
You used intellect.
Hmm.
You used antakarna.
No. Antakarna is English name for mind, Sanskrit name for mind. So which term you don't understand?
What is intellect? What is jiva?
Intellect is buddhi.
Which is a part of antakarna.
No, forget Antakarna. It's mind. Buddhi. Antakarna is nothing but name given to the mind in English. Mind is the English name. So there's an intellect in your mind. So you make a decision, right? Okay. So should I come here or not come here? There's a decision maker. Intellect is a decision maker. The mind is the emotions, feelings. Lower mind. Manas. So now, when you come here, who came here? So I came here, you say. Then what is that I? Your association is the body. You become a doer. Even the I in reality is not a doer. I is not a physical entity. A physical entity can be only doer. A non-physical entity cannot be doer. A consciousness cannot be doer. But because of consciousness, the body has moved. You say that I am doer. It's fair enough. You're saying without consciousness, you cannot do anything. Without consciousness, the body cannot move. With consciousness, the body has moved. That means there's a connection between the body and the consciousness. The connection between the body and the consciousness is called jiva or the ego.
Or the I.
Huh?
Or the I.
The real I has no problem.
No, not that I.
That I is small I.
False.
False I, which creates a conscious gap, creates a binding between the consciousness and the body. So that binding stands. First thing is it says I am the knower. Second thing is says I am the doer. Third thing is I am saying angel. But the problem is there with the knower, because knower is confusing. Jivatma standing as knower is confusing. Okay. So
Intellect and knower are the same, right? Again, because two terms might mean two different.
intellect is the instrument. Knower is when consciousness is associated with that.
That's what. So intellect is used for knowing.
Intellect is the instrument used by the consciousness for knowing. Then it's called knower. Intellect itself is not knower, right? The computer itself is not knowledgeable. When I use it,
when we say intellect, inherently Atma is there. Otherwise, it's a dead one.
no, ma. I'm trying to distinguish between intellect as an instrument and intellect as a knower. Intellect as an instrument, when the consciousness uses it, it becomes knower.
Yeah, and when it gets activated, it's called knower.
It's called knower. That knower is nothing but jivatma.
Intellect as instrument is like hardware.
Intellect is like instrument, like hardware. It's like your brain.
Prabhuji, knower is a combination always, not only consciousness, not only intellect. Together becomes a knower.
That's why the buddhi, which is called intellect. See the buddhi here, right?
But why would we even say, why would we talk about an intellect without consciousness? Whenever
Because
we could talk about a dead instrument.
I'm saying all of you are talking. Why you are coming here?
No, it's activated only.
I'm
But
saying
it's in the wrong.
I'm saying that
knowledge.
that wrong knowledge you have.
That is not dead.
I'm saying that you have the right knowledge now.
No. Previously also, it's unconscious.
Previously, 99.999% of people don't know the difference between intellect and.
Are you saying that in Ajnani, intellect is not activated by Atma?
No, ma, you are not. And
Then also it was activated. Now also
listen carefully. The confusion in the society is being removed. The confusion in the society is I am the intellectual person. That's the confusion. Now here the Atma and Anatma, Buddhi and consciousness, there is no distinction.
Yeah, I'm saying are there two things called intellect as an instrument and intellect as a knower? Intellect will always be a knower only. It cannot be an instrument. And because it's always activated, it's not a.
You have to listen very carefully. Intellect is the instrument of consciousness.
Yes.
then it becomes knower. When intellect is being used, it becomes a knower.
Yeah, the moment intellect is rising, it's already activated by the consciousness, right?
See, right now you have now knowledge of something. That knowledge, you see, look at the
Earlier I had knowledge of wrong things, wrong concepts were there. Now right concepts are there. Then also intellect was a knower. Now also intellect.
you're not, listen carefully here. People don't have ability to discrimination between the consciousness and the instrument of consciousness. So they say, I am the body. Okay. I am the body, is it reality? Because they don't understand the difference between the body and consciousness. Then it is called I am the body, is a confusion. So once you understand I am the body, so you say consciousness using the body, first level. Then you are differentiating consciousness and the body. So till you differentiate, you are still stuck with the I'm the body concept. Body itself becomes consciousness. So similarly, body, mind, and intellect are on par. They are all matter. Okay. So when it becomes eliminated, people don't understand the difference between consciousness and matter. Atma, Anatma is cluttered. So that cluttering to remove, you have to say what is the instrument and what is the reality. The consciousness uses the instrument called intellect. Then when it confuses itself with intellect, then it's called knower. If it doesn't confuse intellect, it's called Atma.
So in the sleep, intellect is there, but Atma is not eliminating it.
Atma
Can
is
we say at that time Buddhi is there, but it is not eliminated.
Buddhi is dormant.
Or
Right?
it is there. Its existence is still there.
Its manifest is not there.
Manifestation.
Avyakta is. See, the confusion here is, look at a person who is coming to Atmanana. He doesn't understand what is consciousness, what is body, mind, intellect. So I have come here. I want to get more and more Atmanana. Okay. You think that he filling with himself with Atmanana, he will be free. Right? First, you have to understand the knowledge and ignorance comes from the instrument called Buddhi. You have nothing to do with that. So that's why I'm distinguishing between Jivatma, Jiva, the consciousness, Jivatma, and the Buddhi. Buddhi is the instrument. So if you say, I am Buddhi, then you are called knower. Is the distinction clear or not clear?
No, my question is.
Is it like Atma and Atma Viveka?
Okay, what is your question? No, you have to stay. See, this is I don't accept. I will stop the discussion here. Please, I'm trying to tell something. Either you clarify or you say this is not correct. I'm okay with that. So there is a intellect, nothing will work without Atma eliminating it. Body doesn't work, mind doesn't work, intellect doesn't work. Okay?
I didn't understand the phrase intellect as an instrument and intellect as a knower. So
Intellect is not.
Intellect is always a knower is what
I didn't say intellect as a knower. I said consciousness eliminating the intellect becomes the Jiva. Jiva says, I am the knower. When I know physics, I don't know physics. Jiva is the entity which has eliminated the intellect. Who is
consciousness.
What is Jiva? Chidabhasa. The consciousness which is eliminating the intellect says, I am the knower. There's the first level of mistake which is happening, error which is happening. The conscious or Chidabhasa eliminating the intellect says, I am the knower. In this body mind complex, I am the supreme. There's nobody beyond me. I don't know Atma. So I am the knower. And knower doesn't know I'm not the body also. Because body is also alive. The knower says, I am the doer. Because wherever the light is there's a confusion. So now it is a little bit easier to understand I'm not the body, because body is changes in morning, night, evening. In deep sleep, it's not there. So body is an instrument, you can say. And that is evident in your talk also. You say, my body, there's pain in my body. Okay, there's a pain in my body, means I'm not the body. So then suffering is there. There's suffering in my mind, you can say, or I am suffering, you can say. So there's a difference between I am suffering and there's suffering in the mind. There's a difference between I am in pain versus my body is in pain. The moment you say my body is in pain, you are separating body from me. the consciousness. So body is separating from me, not a concept. Body is separating me as knower. You're separating first level of separation happening with knower. The knower says, there is my body. The knower says, my mind. Huh. Understand? So now, the moment you bring the word my, you are separating out Noah, mind, Noah, this thing you are separating out. What is that? Identification. Now, if you don't separate out, there's a confusion. I'm bringing very clearly the consciousness identified with the intellect becomes the knower. Conscious not identified with the intellect will say, intellect is my instrument of knowing. And this knowledge both will happen in the intellect only.
So is it like Atma and Atma Viveka?
Atma and Viveka, I'm telling in a different way. So if I am identified with the knower, identify the body, say I am the body. Knower not identify will says my body, because this body is separate from me. The knower identify the mind will say, I am the mind. My mind is suffering. So I am suffering. The moment you say my mind is suffering, you are separating mind from the knower. So similar, but knower still knower remains.
The intellect is an instrument. For Adnani, intellect is the knower.
Correct. Adnani, intellect, I am the knower. Okay. For Adnani, intellect is the instrument. Just like I use my eyes to see the world, eyes are my instrument to see the world. Intellect is the instrument to make a decision for Adnani. So unless you separate out the instrument from the consciousness, you're stuck. So intellect is not a knower. Intellect is the instrument for knowing. But if you identify the intellect, consciousness identifies the intellect becomes the knower. For Adnani, I am the knower. For Adnani, intellect is the instrument for knowing. Whose instrument? Jivatma. So is the distinction in consciousness and instrument clear?
So Chidabhasa is the knower. No.
Chidabhasa not know. Chidabhasa cannot know anything. Electricity cannot give light. Electricity cannot blow the fan. Electricity in association with the fan gives the air. Electricity in association with the light gives the light. The association we are speaking of is knower, doer, and enjoyer. Unless you separate out the instrument, you will not know this association. The association is so deep.
So identification.
Association, I would say association. Simple. First, let us say, I am the body. Okay, I am going, I am coming. Now here not, you are not separating out what is that I am and what is the body. So the body is an instrument which is alive because of I amness. I amness itself doesn't move. Right? So then comes mind. My mind, I am the mind. There's a difference. If I am the mind, you are associating I am with the mind. If you say I am intellect, that means you become knower. If you say I am the body, it becomes doer. If you say I am the mind, it becomes enjoyer. If you say I am the knower, I am the mind, intellect becomes knower. But I am speaking of the intellect, mind, and body. I am separating out as instruments. Then I am uses the body for doing. I am uses the mind for experiencing. I am uses the intellect for knowing.
When I know body is not me or mind is not me, I have an intellect to know these things.
Correct.
I'm separate. But with the intellect, can I say I'm not the intellect?
So with the intellect, so now I am not the body is clear. I am not the mind is clear. I am not the intellect. This knowledge has to happen in the intellect because instrument is defective. I have no problem. I am not a problem. See, for example, I am seeing the world. The world appears red. Okay. So world is red, I'll say. The effect instrument is defective. I clean the instrument. The world appears right. So where is the cleaning has to happen? In the instrument, which is called buddhi.
But the instrument itself has to clean itself is what he's asking.
Instrument has to clean itself, cannot happen. Instrument has to clean it. That's why I'm saying instrument itself cannot clean itself. Instrument can clean itself through jnana, which is given by the guru. Discrimination. By itself, we will not get Atma.
Actually, unless Atma decides to clear the intellect or know through the intellect.
Jivatma by itself will not know I am not the intellect. Jivatma requires a teaching to that I am not the intellect. That's why by itself it cannot know. Intervention is required.
But the teaching is still not given to intellect, no? It's intellect who's
Teaching is given to knower. Teaching is not given to intellect. The knower who is identifying the intellect, teaching is given to help him to disassociate with the intellect. Discriminate. What is the distinction happens at that level? I'll tell later. Okay. So there is an intuitive knowledge called I am, and there is a perception knowledge called body, mind, intellect. The perception knowledge of body, mind, intellect is superimposed on intuitive knowledge. So intuitive knowledge always like that. I am. That intuitive knowledge has to be separated from perception knowledge. Then when the intuitive knowledge is separated from perception knowledge, then it's called what you call it? Atma Dana, Aparoksha Dana. Yes, Satyavati, you want to say something?
Yeah. When you said that connection association is so deep, recently we had this DDV talks where you have mentioned that about the connection, Guruji. Connection is so deep, Padre, you have given that, it is named as Sahaja Sambandha. Sahaja Sambandha only through Gnana and understanding. Idu illa andre, it cannot be separated. It is a Sahaja Sambandha. Gnana only. So that separation will be so subtle. Adana, it's
yeah. Now
we had this contemplation this last week.
Correct. But the question is, ultimately, Jnana has to come in with the intellect only.
Yes.
It has to happen only because instrument is defective.
Yes.
The defective instrument has to be corrected using the instrument.
Yes.
Now question comes, how can I correct my defective instrument with defective instrument? No. You correct the defective instrument with correct knowledge.
Yes. That is what we are all doing through Sadguru. Through Atma Gnana.
Hariom Guruji.
Teaching is required.
Hariom Guruji.
Otherwise, a defective instrument cannot correct itself.
Or even if the defective instrument thinks that I know, then also pit.
With the faulty instrument, I cannot correct the faulty instrument itself. But with the right knowledge, the faulty instrument can be corrected.
Yes. Vidya Maya.
Correct. Like almost like introducing you want to what you call milk is there, no? You add curd there, right? It's called some process, no?
Culture.
Fermentation or something like that. So then culture will change.
Guruji.
Yes, who is speaking?
Mala. So avidya maya to vidya maya, it also happens in your mind only, Guruji. Everything is based on your mind.
Everything is in the mind only. So many people have concept that Atma Dana is beyond the mind. No.
Okay.
Atma is beyond mind, but Atma Dana is within the mind.
Within the mind. Yesterday, same thing, even Sri Ranjani asked me, Guruji, how do you understand? Gnana agatte andre mansal henga gottagate, bhavak yak baratte. So she's there in the group today. She was asking me the same question.
Understands. But knowing principle, when it identifies the buddhi, it becomes knower. When it identifies the body, it becomes body. When it identifies the intellect, mind, it becomes mind. Knower, enjoyer, doer, it becomes. So now, separate out body, mind, and intellect as instrument. And this knowledge separation has to happen, discrimination has to happen in intellect. Okay? Then what remains? The perceptual knowledge becomes separate from the perceptual and conceptual knowledge. Perceptual knowledge, what is available to sense organs. Conceptual knowledge happening in the mind becomes separate from the intuitive knowledge. There are three knowledges become intuitive knowledge, conceptual knowledge, perceptual knowledge. Perceptual knowledge, I see this. I see this. This is called perceptual knowledge. This is a remote, which is available to sense organs. Okay. So that's called perceptual knowledge. There is smoke there. That's why there's a fire, a conceptual knowledge. It's called inference. Okay. That's intuitive knowledge. I am. I am is not coming from anybody else. It's not coming from perception, not concern. So I am knowledge is intuitive knowledge. Who told you I am is there for you? Everybody knows I am alive. I mean, you may not use the words. Without using the words, you are I am alive, I am conscious. So that I am is the intuitive knowledge. Now, three knowledges are getting mixed up in us. Intuitive knowledge, perceptual knowledge, conceptual knowledge. Correct? So now, and this confusion is created in the knower. The knower has all the three: intuitive knowledge, perceptual knowledge, confusion, conceptual knowledge. So now, with the discrimination given through Viveka, Atma Viveka, perceptual knowledge, conceptual knowledge has to be removed or separated out. Then what remains the intuitive knowledge? I am. That real I am. I am. Where did this I am come from? The I am is non-physical. It appeared in me. That non-physical I am is the real I am. That understanding will happen in the buddhi. Is that clear to all in this Zoom?
Guruji.
Is it clear? Is it clear? So that's where I'll tell. Yes, Narsimurti, you have a question?
Hari Om Prabhuji. Just I wanted to bring in the concept that you explained the other day. I think that would clarify this to the greater extent. On the group, I asked a question about this Chidabhasa. Chit Abhasa to transition from Chit Abhasa to Chit Bhasa.
Right.
You had explained that two thoughts. One thought observing the other thought. Gradually, the thought that is being observed disappears.
Yeah.
And observer thought will also disappear. And at the end, silence alone remains.
Right.
So this transition might explain this question pretty clearly, I think.
Yes, the process of I am the Sakshi. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Sakshi is a thought. So with I am the Sakshi, you thought you observe other thoughts. Then I am the Sakshi thought also becomes irrelevant when you understand I is beyond. I is the consciousness. I am, wherever I am is nothing but Chidabhasa.
Yes, yes.
Sakshi and Sakshi, both are Vidya. Perceptual, conceptual, plus intuitive knowledge.
Is it conceptual or?
So I am Sakshi is conceptual.
I am Sakshi is conceptual. Okay. So, Aparoksha Jnana is what a perception, concept, percept.
It's not intuition.
I am is intuition.
Prabhuji, one more thing is that can this transition from I am dreaming. When I am dreaming, both know myself and the world, everything is existing.
Yeah.
The moment I wake up, does this also help to break this?
I'm coming to that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So first, let me explain what I'm trying to say. So here, many people think that self-knowledge is something beyond the mind and intellect. All knowledge is within the mind and intellect. Self is beyond mind and intellect. The discrimination has happened within the mind. So let me put that more clearly. Okay, can you see this slide? Knowledge, any knowledge involves perceptual, conceptual, and intuitive. For example, I am going. Body is pursued, but I am thinking that I am going. Mind is pursued. Oh, I am suffering. Concept, there is a smoke, that's why there's a fire. So any knowledge involves I am plus something. this out of that, I am is not coming what is pursued from based on what is pursued. Okay. I am is coming intuitively, intuition. Within yourself, it's coming. For example, if I ask you, are you alive? So I am alive. It is obvious to you. It's intuitive knowledge. Are you aware? Yes, I am aware. It's intuitive knowledge. Do you exist? Yes, I am exist. Is intuitive knowledge. I am is intuitive knowledge. I am intuitive knowledge is confused with the perceptual and conceptual knowledge. Is this clear to all? Is clear or not clear? Huh? So now the entire Vedantic process separate out the intuitive from the perception and conception. Superimposition is happening. So if you go to intuitive, I am, then I'll ask, why do you say you exist? Because my body exists. Then I give you example to tell you the body doesn't exist in deep sleep. Then you say that percentage removed. No, I am existing because mind is there. So your mind is not there in deep sleep. Then do you exist? Yes, I exist. Now what happens? The intuitive knowledge is separate from the perception and conception. The pure intuitive knowledge, what is there, is realized. Is this process clear? That's why aparoksha jnana is called intuitive apperception. A perception. That means whatever is available to perception, conception also included here. A perception, you remove. Then what is remaining intuitive is real I. I am is not real I. What is coming, who is speaking of I am is real I. Who is expressing that I am is real I. I become aware of my existence. One who becomes aware of your existence is called I, real I.
So there is an I beyond the I am you are saying.
I am, when you speak of I am has two words, I and am. Correct? How many words are there in I am? How many you are there? One. So now, when you use the word I am is not knowledge which has come from outside. The body has come from outside. I am suffering from is your perception. Okay? But I am is not your perception. First thing in the morning, I am aware. I'm not speaking without verbalizing. You don't even verbalize. Without speaking. You know you are aware. You know exist. There are two words called I and am. Both refer to same entity. I exist, I am aware. So one who exists and one who is aware is you, which is non-physical. The body, mind, and intellect is physical. Instruments.
I am is not perceived or conceived.
I am is intuitive, no. What is perceived is first thing in the morning, when you wake up in the morning, when you become, we don't even open your eyes, you are not even thought. You become alive. You don't have to express yourself because you know you are conscious, you exist. Is that knowledge which came from somebody to you? It came from sense organs? It came from the mind?
How to go from I am to I?
We'll find out.
I am is still an option.
First thing in the morning comes the thought, I am. Okay. Now, I am thought comes is intuitive. And intuitive thought has come where? In the intellect only. In the intellect, I am feeling is aroused. Okay, that's the basic feeling. That's why Ramana Maharshi says, find out where that I thought is coming. The I thought is referring to I am feeling. That's why he gives many examples. Between the waking state and deep state, there's a gap. All those things he gives as example. I am is an intuitive feeling. Where it has come is a deeper part of the intellect, subtlest part of the intellect. Now that is getting confused with something else. Now, where did this who says I am existing? Only one who is existing prior to the consciousness can say that. Who is existing prior to consciousness? The awareness, the Atma says I am. If intellect is not there, if the mirror is not there, the Atma is not aware that it's aware. Because it can only say I exist when the intellect is there. Is it clear or not clear? Without an instrument, without a mirror called buddhi, the Atma has no concept of being existing also. It's not self-aware. It is awareness itself. That's exactly what happens in deep sleep. In deep sleep, you don't know I am. Because the intellect is dormant. But you exist. But after you wake up, you said, I slept. You are referring to somebody who was there in sleep. Now, when you say I slept, you are using the mind to say you slept. Because when you enter into sleep, you recorded I'm going to sleep. When you woke up, you said I'm come out of sleep. The gap between the two records, you say I slept. And what was there is bliss. So when you speak, when you wake up and say I slept, the knower is saying I slept. The knower was dormant in deep sleep, but existence was there. That existence, pure existence, is called real I. Any questions?
So I am is also from the intellect, but it
No, I am is not from the intellect. I am is into the intellect, from the Atma. The
subtlest part of the
subtlest part of the Atma, it's called intuitive knowledge. It's not coming from sense organs and inference.
It's very intuitive,
Intuitive.
but part of the intellect, that is why
It is happening in intellect only. It is a subtlest part of the intellect only. Right? See, with the intellect, consciousness coming on the intellect, it becomes I am. Oh, I exist. I am aware. Without verbalizing it, the words will come later. Is the difference clear? Intuitive knowledge, intellectual knowledge, and perceptual knowledge. Okay, let me ask. Ashwini, do you exist?
Yes.
How do you know? I mean, who told you that you exist?
You know it.
Are you aware? How do you know you are aware? How do you know you are aware? Are you aware because this bottle is here? You can see the bottle in the world. Are you aware? Are you aware that you are because of some objects in the world? If the objects are not there, still you can be aware, no? You can be closing your eyes and still you can be aware.
The mental objects.
Other mental objects. Right? Then I am aware, I am existing. Where do you get this knowledge from? That's not a correct answer.
No, the existence that is there, initially the existence, like the pure existence, whatever you were saying, is there. That is the start.
No, the pure existence does not know itself at all. The pure existence requires a mirror.
Correct.
The mirror called intellect appears. Then the first reflection is I am.
I am. Correct. Otherwise, there is no awareness of itself.
Yeah.
Right?
So intellect gets the first intellect appears. Which is the first reflection called I am. Now this is coming from inside. Other knowledge is coming from perception and conception.
Perception comes from the senses.
Conception
comes from the mind.
mind.
And I am comes from consciousness.
Consciousness. That's why it's intuitive knowledge. See, the consciousness cannot be aware of itself. When it gets the intellect as the mirror, I am appears.
Straight away identifies.
Identifies.
And the
Who
confusion
is aware of
begins.
this intuitive knowledge?
Huh?
Who is aware of this intuitive, like who is aware of this I am?
The knower. The knower says,
The intellect.
huh?
Intellect.
Intellect is not knower. The Jivatma is the knower.
That's what, which is
Jivatma is the consciousness identified, the intellect is the knower.
so finally intellect is knowing this intuitive.
Don't use the word intellect, it is an instrument. The knower says I am. The I am knowledge in the knower is intuitive. Other knowledge in the knower is perceptual or conceptual.
So end of the day, there is something which knows this, then it's not a intuitive thing. If I'm aware of this intuitive thing, it's not intuitive anymore.
I am aware of this intuitive thing, then intuitive becomes object,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Then
why you always said I am this.
listen carefully, no. I am aware of this intuitive knowledge. Also, that knowledge is happening in intellect only. The one who is aware of this knowledge.
That is what's happening in intellect.
Intellect only. So that is only separating out all kinds of knowledge which has appeared. The real pure knowledge is image.
I am knowledge in intellect.
I am is the first knowledge in the intellect. Did this I am knowledge came from the world for you? See, you have to understand the perceptual knowledge, conceptual knowledge, and intuitive knowledge. Did I am come from the physical world?
So you means it's physical world. Outside, no.
When you say,
earlier I was not aware of I am, now I'm
no,
aware
yeah,
of I am.
whether you are aware of an I am or not, nobody has to tell you, teach you that you are aware and you are existing. Where did this education you got? I am aware and I am existing. Did you get education from somebody? Does anybody has to tell you, a living being, that you are living? You are conscious. Somebody has to tell you. It is intuitive. No, I am aware and I am existing.
Okay. I'm alive. This is also known by something, is what I'm saying. This is also known by.
I'm saying you are going one step ahead, Gayatri. First, separate out step by step. Intuitive knowledge, conceptual knowledge, perceptual knowledge. Intuitive knowledge is there. Now, intuitive knowledge also is an object. That's what I told you. And for whom is the object? For the consciousness. Now, the consciousness, intuitive knowledge also is an object which appeared. Intuitive knowledge is not there. In deep sleep, I am is not there. That's what I said. It appeared.
But I'm saying at this level also, if finally the intellect only has to be used to be aware of this I am. How can anything, how can the.
Where did what I am saying all through that intellect or mind only has to be used, I said. Everything. Atma Dhyana is in the mind only.
The intuitive knowledge also requires an instrument called I am. Happening inside intellect only, Prabhuji.
Everything has happened. Mana eva karanam. Please repeat with me. Did I say anything? Anything changed? Anything? Mana eva karanam.
Because intuitive knowledge you are saying is a perception beyond concept.
Beyond intellect.
Knowledge and beyond
Intellect has an inference ability. The smoke
yeah.
is there. That's why fire. So when you say I am alive, what is the perception mechanism? What is the concept mechanism intellect for the intellect? What is it conceptualizing? Atma cannot be conceptualized.
I'm alive because I'm conscious and I'm aware. Okay.
See, your aliveness and consciousness, nobody has to teach you. With buddhi, you cannot come to a conclusion, I am alive and consciousness. It is just after that you start speaking something. There's a first thought appear in you, I am. Okay. Now the first thought, I am, is also a thought. It's an intuitive thought compared to perceptual thought and conceptual thought. Is that clear to all in the Zoom? Anybody has a question?
Prabhuji, can we say Buddhi operates in two modes, like based on smarana? One is based on smarana, another is direct intuition.
Correct. So direct intuition is I am.
Yes.
Because I am is not from memory.
Yes.
I am is just now I am alive. I am alive yesterday, that's why I am alive today is not true. It's not from memory.
Yes.
It is this moment I am alive. And moment to moment I am alive. If I am dead, I cannot have I amness.
Yes. Please.
If I am in sleep, amness is not there.
This is being known by the intellect, is what I'm trying
Prabhuji, in intuition, there is a slight movement. That's how it appears.
Huh?
And the intuition part is not.
Where did I say intellect is not involved? I said always.
If intellect is involved, then you can't say perception.
No. The word perception means
Intellect comes in sense organs. Mind and it.
Perception means sense organs.
Intellect is a.
Perception means sense organs.
Okay, conceptual knowledge.
And conceptual means inference. So, Conception means inference. Perception means sense organs.
Intellect is not a sense.
Intellect is called antakarna, inner sense organ. Okay. Always I am saying, maintaining that all knowledge will happen in the intellect only. Even I am knowledge also happens in the intellect only. But I am knowledge is different from other kind of knowledge, because other kind of knowledge comes from memory or perception. I am doesn't come from me. I am alive. Who gives you the knowledge of what memory gives you? I am alive now. Yesterday I was alive, that's why I am alive now. Smarana. It is this moment's my experience of thought called I am. I am alive. This is here and now. I am is here and now. Perception and conception is based on the data. Perception, conception is inference based on the past. Perception is based on the objects.
Pratyaksha. I mean, even this.
Pratyaksha, to recognize some apple is there, I have to come from memory, smarana, memory. But I am not, I am is not a memory. I exist, I am aware is not a memory at all. Everything else is a memory. See, this knowledge I am calling intuitive knowledge. What is not based on memory.
Because it is known by the intellect finally, it's
No, yeah.
perception.
I mean, if you add up all these things, confused. So the word a perception is used. Perception involves memory and sense organs, one kind of other kind. I am doesn't involve any sense organ, but I am also involves antakarana, instrument called buddhi. Okay. Now, a perception means Atma Jnana means you like any other Jnana, you say, okay, I can see it through sense organs, or I saw on the one day Atma. No, it's not a perception. Can I infer that this Atma? No, it's not a conception. To remove the word called perception, conception, you can find the Atma. The word a perception, a paroksha is used. Okay. So if it's a paroksha, is it pratyaksha? No, not available sense organs. It is available to intuitive knowledge here and now. I am is here and now all the time for you. I am cannot, you cannot say I am because yesterday I was I am. Tomorrow I am there. I am is here and now. That's intuitive knowledge. And Atma Jnana is a perception because it's not available to any perception or conception. So now I am is also in a sense appearing in the intellect. Okay. Real I is one who is using this instrument. So now, yeah, now you have to use here, listen carefully. Now you have to use the discrimination to understand the I am is also appearing in the intellect. Okay. Otherwise, I am you are using for everything else as knower. Now, when you separate it, I am also is appearing in the intellect as an object. The real I, which is not available to any perception or conception, is myself. And this knowledge happens in the buddhi only, intellect only. The correction happens. Is it clear? Anybody?
Prabhuji, can we also say the nischayatva of buddhi?
No?
Nischayatva of buddhi, if it originates directly from the source, then it is intuitive knowledge. If it comes from the stored, which is stored in the chitta, and use that comparative, do that comparative analysis and come to that nischayatva. So that is what we are trying to discriminate.
Exactly what you're saying is smarana, memory based knowledge is perception and conception. I am separating from the intuitive knowledge is actually directly from the consciousness, I.
Yes.
So now, as you said, Gayatri, it is also in Antakarna. Okay. It's appearing first in the Antakarna, but that we don't know. We are mixing up with everything. So now I have separated out that particular I am from the rest of the things, knowledge. What is the difference?
Antakarna is mind, and mind is one of the sense organs.
I am saying exactly what you are saying, if you listen carefully. So everything is mixed up in our mind. Unless you separate one by one, the confusion will not go. I am separating perceptual knowledge and conceptual knowledge from intuitive knowledge. Is that clear? Where is the intuitive knowledge happening? Again in the mind only. What is the difference between I am and other knowledges? Is there a difference between I am knowledge and other knowledge? I am is not based on memory. I exist. Is it based on memory? You say I exist because yesterday I existed as a body. But when you wake up in the morning, the aliveness which comes up, is it because of memory? The intuitive knowledge is not coming from the memory. Conceptual and perceptual knowledge is coming from memory. That's where I'm separating the intuitive knowledge from the, it's direct, come from the memory, consciousness. Now, where is coming? It's coming the buddhi only. I have no doubt about that. But this separate, I'm separating from the rest of knowledge. Is it clear or not clear? So then next question comes, is I am also a knowledge, object, is I am also an object, right? For whom is the object?
Existence.
Consciousness. Okay. So now you're separated. I am also made an object. And where this discrimination happened? In the buddhi only, in the intellect only. Then that means now you are discarded the buddhi also. That buddhi also. Then what is reality is I. Now what is the nature of that I? Tell me. Can you see? Can you sense it? Can you go to sense organs? Can you imagine it? Can you conceive it? Can you come? Does it come from memory? It's always here and now. But where is it? It's nowhere. Not anywhere. Because it's not physical. So that clarity emerges in the intellect. Now what will happen? Intuitive knowledge will not be considered with the perceived knowledge and conceptual knowledge. Intuitive knowledge always points to real I. When you talk, when you speak. That's called aparoksha anubhuti. Is this clear or not clear? What is not? What is clear? Please tell me. See, don't say sake of saying.
No, but this debate can go forever.
No, pa.
Disturb the class.
Don't disturb the class. I have no problem. I'll stop the class. So you tell me what is not. See, then there's no class. We'll stop the class here because somebody has not understood. I don't want to take the class further. So you have to tell me what you're not understood.
Any feeling is also here and now. So there is a sudden surge of bhakti. It's here and now.
I'm saying the surge of bhakti.
So don't say that I am is here and now. Any emotion is also
No,
here and now.
surge of.
I am is a feeling. It is known when you remove all the other objects of body, mind, feelings, etc. I am is there. It is also known. I am aware of it. Is a feeling. It is a feeling here and now. It is not associated with memory. But still it is an object.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
It's known by the intellect.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything.
Like a feeling of happiness or sadness is known by the intellect.
This is also known by intellect. I am feeling.
So it cannot be intuitive is what I'm saying.
Okay, then what is intuitive then? There's no word called intuitive in English.
A feeling of devotion inside me is intuitive only.
I'm saying.
I'm not.
See.
I'm not associating it with some memory.
No, ma, you're not. Bhakti is intuitive. Is it correct?
Yeah.
The intuition involves a concept of God, a perception of God's figure, plus intuition. I am. These three gets mixed up in any experience. In any experience, three components are always there. Intuitive component of I am, perceptual component of God is there, and I have devotion to God. These two get a subdue happen inside.
Devotion is a sensation in the body, here and now. I am is also a sensation, here and now.
No, pa. It is this is where the mixing of
I am is not a sensation.
I am is the first. That's what I said. When you wake up in the morning, first thing is you become aware of your existence. Then you will become aware of the body. So now you become that's why you're mixing up. Sensation also will get superimposed on I am. So all the superimposition remove. First feeling that I am is there is called intuitive.
I am is a bundle of energy. Isn't this what you said earlier in your first energy?
It is I am, but I'm saying it is the first reflection of consciousness.
So what, Guruji? If it is first or last, finally when it comes into my awareness, it comes through intellect only.
Where did I say it's not through intellect? Yeah, I didn't.
Then I said it's not.
I
cannot say it is
no
perception or.
I'm saying then we don't use any word. We'll say Atma only is there. If you don't distinguish section by section, if you don't distinguish, then you end up in a You have read so many times Ramana Maharshi. Go to I thought, or go, you don't understand what's I thought. I'm trying to explain you what Ramana Maharshi is saying is I thought. What Nisargadatta is saying is I am thought.
He himself called it as I thought. And then that's why he's asking us to go to the source of
I am telling you the source of I thought in a very, very clear way.
source of I thought is the I.
In common man's mind, I thought is mixed with a million things. I am reducing it to one thing called I am first thought which appears. And the first thought which appears intuitively, it appears. Not because some object is there. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So that I am thought, if you go, root of that I thought is I, real I. So now if you don't distinguish, everything is object only. Ultimately, when you come to object only, you have to cut one by one way systematically and finally go to the root thought called I am. And that I am is also object, then what remains is pure subject.
Yes, I understood. In the native process, this is good. And you finally come to I am and remove everything.
Now that I am is, the first I am which appears is not based on the perception, not based on the conception. That I am here, please listen carefully. The pure consciousness, which is not aware of itself, it becomes aware of itself. I exist. That's where the intellect and the consciousness appear. The first thought, I am. Then subsequently, when thoughts happen, in any thought, all these things gets mixed up. I am and everything gets mixed up.
The intellect is coming at that point, at that first point, because only using that intellect, the consciousness is trying to know.
That's exactly I'm trying to tell. I'm trying to tell you the point where intellect and consciousness appear together. That's the point I am. That's called intuitive knowledge. So consciousness says I exist. Consciousness feels that I exist. That's where the intellect and consciousness got mixed up and becomes jiva. So from further that, you get a lot of things get added. Now, unless we go to the root thought, we'll not be able to isolate because we'll mix up everything with I am. So you go to typical self-enquiry if you propose to do, they don't understand what is this I am about. So mixed up. The first feeling that I am is intuitive. Subsequently, a lot of things get added. And any perception, all the intuition, perception, conception gets mixed up. That's why if you do self-enquiry, you'll never be able to come out to what is reality. I mean, if you leave it yourself. I mean, how many people I am, who am I? Keep on asking.
So intellect is not used in perceiving and conceiving, right?
Correct.
Is that what you're saying?
I am
Intellect
thought.
is not a part of perceiving.
I would say.
And conceiving.
I mean, I'll tell in another way. Okay. The consciousness which is non-dual is not aware that it exists. Okay. So it wants to say I exist. It becomes aware that I exist. That's why intellect appears and the first thought appears. Instrument appears. In that instrument, the first thought appears that I am. The root thought. A thought cannot appear without an instrument. An instrument and thought appear together first time. Then subsequently, the instrument is used for perception and conception. And any knowledge, perception, conception, this first thought is always there. That's why Ramana Maharshi says, every thought, root thought is called I am is there. And I thought is there. That's he calls it I thought. In Nisargadatta calls it I am thought. In every perception, the I am thought is there, everything other thought is there. So now you have to separate out all the thoughts from the first thought, or the root thought. And the root thought, the root of the thought is existence, which is non-dual, which is not aware of itself. So systematically we have to eliminate, otherwise we'll mix up everything. Is this much clear? Anybody has a question? Is it clear to you?
When we say, is this I am thought which does not have Falavyapti?
Huh? I am the?
Falavyapti, that I am that cannot identify with anything, cannot
So
be objectified.
the I cannot be objectified.
How I am is objectified.
I am is also a thought, no, which appears in the waking state, no. In deep sleep, I am thought is not there, no. In deep sleep, there is I am thought. I am thought appears in waking state, dream state. Correct, no? So now, where is the I am thought in deep sleep? There is existence in deep sleep, other states. That existence is the pure existence, which is non-dual. Now, this is my real nature is arrived, the conclusion is arrived in the intellect only. Then intellect will stop identifying I am with everything else.
Prabhuji, can we also say consciousness is impersonal, unmanifested awareness?
That definition is all there. Consciousness is there, is unmanifested, eternal, everything is there. But
Yes.
how do I go to that consciousness is the question,
Yes.
right? Only
Yes.
way to go to the gateway to the consciousness is I am thought, which is the first
Yes.
thought.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
That I am thought is associated with a million things. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the woman, I am my man, I am. But pure I am, where is that appeared? Pure I am appeared when you just become aware of yourself. First
Yes,
time.
yes.
When
Yeah.
you wake up, the body has not appeared. Body, you don't become aware of the body also. So
Yes.
intellect, the I am thought is expressed.
Yeah.
Now, where is the root of the I am thought? Which is non-dual awareness or consciousness, which is prior to I amness.
Yes. So discriminating that thin line is the big challenge there.
That is the discrimination. That is the
Yes.
fine line where you discriminate.
Yes, 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 Prabhuji.
Otherwise, we'll mix up so many things trying to discriminate. It won't work. You have to go to the root thought.
Yes.
Has everybody understood root thought? Anybody has not understood root thought?
I am as the root.
I am is the root thought. I am not associated with anything is the root thought. Is it clear, Gayatri? I am associated with the intellect is called knower. Now you are not even associated with knower. Just I am. So when does the I am become knower?
When it consciously associates.
When I am becomes the knower, then something no is there. Before the I am, I am becomes the knower, the I am thought is there. The consciousness assumes the role of I am. Then it becomes the knower. Then it says I am intellect. Then when the knower will have many things to know.
The moment I am appears, I am is also known, right?
Now you are able to say that, Gayatri. Imagine a day.
Now only I am asking that.
That's why I'm saying. Now you are very clear. I am is also object. That's why you are saying like that.
When does I am become the knower?
When I am becomes the knower, when I am says I am the intellect, I am associated with the intellect. The knower has, anybody has a musician will become a musician when he has something music to express. A dancer will become dancer and the knower has nothing to know. When knower is just knower there, he is just I am. Then I am saying, oh, I know the body, I know this world. Then he says I am the knower.
You're saying I am becomes the knower. But I'm saying even before that, isn't I am being known? The moment I am arising, it is being known, right?
That's exactly I'm trying to
There
say.
is a knower of I am.
There's a knowing of I am. There's no knower of I am.
Yeah, there is a knowing of I am has already happened.
That knowing of I am is there. That's what I'm trying to separate. Knowing principle from knower principle, I'm trying to distinguish. Knower, the knowing principle is always there. That's called Atma, the Sakshi. From the knowing principle, but knowing principle does not know itself or nothing else. It's non-dual. Moment knowing principle, Atma, becomes aware of itself, I am appears. And that I am is nothing but intellect, closely identified intellect.
Yeah. Basically, when the consciousness reflects on the intellect, I am present.
So now, we are trying to sake of making intellect as object. In reality, intellect also appears from consciousness only. Intellect is not there as a object. Intellect appears from consciousness as object. So intellect appears from consciousness as object with I am. That means the pure awareness becomes aware. I am. Oh, I exist. Then it becomes intellect. So to say a little bit finer way, existence and consciousness, Sat and Chit is the nature of Brahman. Okay. But Brahman is not aware of Sat and Chit. It's non-dual. When Brahman, Chit aspect of Brahman becomes aware of Sat, I am appears and that's intellect appears. Are you getting what I'm saying? That means Sat aspect of Brahman is objectified as Sattva. Then I am appears. That means Brahman becomes, oh, I exist. That I exist statement of Brahman is called Sattva Guna. Sattva. Sat. That Sat is the cause of, the Sat is actually root of intellect. Thus intellect is Sattva Guna. Is this clear or not clear? Sat Chit Ananda is Brahman, which is non-dual. You can think it's like a sleeping state. Brahman wakes up. I exist. Okay. That means a thought, first thought has appeared. Now, what is this first thought? I exist. That means existence, which is non-dual, is objectified. Huh? That is called Sat becomes Sattva. And Sat becomes Sattva, intellect appears. Intellect
is Sattva-guna.
Intellect is Sattva-guna Pradhana. Intellect is nothing but Atma only. The first thought, I exist. Who exists? Existence Sat. My Sat aspect I am objectifying. Then it becomes intellect. There is a first thought, I exist. And this first thought is not coming because of something else. I exist. Which is intuitively I know I exist. That is called Sattva. That is called first I am thought. That thought you trace, then you realize the pure awareness, which is non-dual. Intellect is nothing but Sattva Guna. Sattva Guna comes from Sat aspect of Brahman. So Brahman realizes I am Sat, I exist. Then the first thought comes. It comes intuitive thought. That's what I mean.
Is there a sequence here where intellect comes later and the I am comes first?
Okay. Brahman wakes up. Brahman is sleeping. Not Brahman means sleeping is non-dual. He is not aware of his existence, not aware of his awareness. Right? Now becomes aware. The becoming aware is the manifestation of intellect. And I thought also is appearing simultaneously. So then what is that statement of I thought is I am. Means I am existing. That means your existence is objectified. By whom? Chit, consciousness. The consciousness takes your existence and objectified. Then it is called intellect. It is the first expression of Brahman in that sense. The first expression Brahman is called I am, and that manifestation is called Buddhi, Sattva Guna. The Sattva Guna or Mahatattva is universal Brahmaji. The intellect is individual. Now, can you separate out sequence? No, it's simultaneous.
Ray coming out and sun ray falling on a particular thing, all is
simultaneous. So basically, non-dual awareness waking up. I exist. Not because somebody says, my existence I am objectifying. That's why it's called intuitive. Sattva aspect of me, I am making Sattva. Sattva aspect of me is Buddhi. And the first subtlest thought in that is called I am. Now this I am thought will start saying, oh, I am thought is there because I have body, I have mind. No, nothing has appeared. I am has come from. This is called Mahatattva, cosmic consciousness. Individual level, that place says I am.
So space and time.
Not in time and space has come. Just first existence.
Okay.
Space and time will come later. He becomes aware of himself. That's why it's intuitive. Please do not confuse this intuitive with anything else. Okay, anybody on Zoom has a question?
ಗುರುಜಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಗುರುಜಿ?
ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಳೆ
ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ
ಫ್ರೈಡೆ
ಒಂದಷ್ಟೇ ಆ ಒಂದು ಫ್ರೇಸ್ ನ ಮಾತ್ರ.
ಓಕೆ ನೋಡಿಪ್ಪ, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಅದ್ವೈತ
ಅಲ್ಲ ಗುರುಜಿ, ಈ ಫ್ರೇಸ್ ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೇಳಿ ಗುರುಜಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು
ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಅದ್ವೈತ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಇರುವಿಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವ ಮತ್ತು ಅರಿವು ನನಗೆ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ವೈತ ಅದು. ಆ ಅದ್ವೈತ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಚ್ಚರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಓ ನಾನು ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ನನ್ನ ಇರುವಿಕೆಗೆ ಸತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ನನ್ನ ಇರುವಿಕೆಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಅರಿವಾದಾಗ
ಹಾ
ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ, ಒಳಗಿನ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ಅದು. ಅದೇ
ಹಾ. ಹೌದು
ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಬುದ್ಧಿಯಾಗಿ ಏನೋ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಅರಿವಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೋ ನಾನಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂತ. ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಾಟ್.
ಹಾ
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಾಟ್ಗೆ ಐ
ಹೌದು
ಆಮ್.
ಹೌದು
ಥಾಟ್ಗೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಜಿ
ಹೌದು.
ಅಂತ.
ಹೌದು ಗುರು
ಆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಾಟ್ಗೆ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಐ
ಹೌದು
ಆಮ್. ಆಯ್ತಾ?
ಹೌದು ಗುರು
ಥಾಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ಬೇರೆ ಥಾಟ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಇದು ಐ ಆಮ್ ಒಳಗಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, ನಾನಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು.
ಹೌದು ಹೌದು
ಓಕೆ, ನನ್ನ ಇರುವಿಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಬೇರೆ
ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿ ನಾನಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಗುರುಜಿ. ಹಾ
ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಹೌದು ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್?
ಹಾ ಗುರುಜಿ.
Clear, Gayatri? Yes or no? Okay, let us go to next step. Ashwini, see, basically, I am is the first word from the mouth of Brahman. And the word comes through intellect. Intellect is the mouth of Brahman in that sense.
I say that I am.
Ah,
I am that I am.
ah,
That I am is the I am before I am is personalized.
correct. Soham asmi, that's where you have to catch hold of that I am. Before I am gets personalized, that I am is Brahman. If you don't understand this, this will mix up. The I am gets personalized after that. The I am is intuitively comes first. I exist, I am. One who says is Brahman. So I am is Brahman. One who says I am is Brahman's first thought. That's why it's intuitive. It's not coming from the objects. My existence I am expressing as I am.
In that sentence, I am that I am. This first I am is the personalized I am, which is the impersonal I am.
I am that is Brahman, non-dual.
That I am.
That is, people have added it. Soham asmi. I am that. Aham Brahmasmi. The I am that I am is an English translation, some translation. Okay. So in other words, I am that I am, people use. I am is small I am, personalized I am. So is real that I am. Okay. You have any questions, Ashwini? Anybody questions here?
So personalized I am is I am the
Personalized I am is the intellect has added something, masala, body
added, any
added. Remove that. Then real I am remains. I am is that.
Then this feeling of I am, it's still personalized from the right? What we
That's what I'm trying to distinguish you. The intuitive thought I am distinguishing from the feeling of I am. See, okay. Feeling of I am is a sensation in the body. The body has appeared. Before the body has appeared, intellect has appeared.
No, after removing the body, there is still that aliveness. We say the aliveness.
That aliveness is nothing but
Personalized feeling of it.
no, aliveness is okay. There's aliveness in the body. If you look at I am aliveness is nothing but consciousness only. So the moment you say aliveness is in the body, it's personalized. If
you remove body, even still it is personalized. Right?
Where is personalized? Aliveness is not yours, it's universal, it's there in her also. Where is personalized? I mean, do you claim that aliveness is personal to you?
No, first, I
But-
am aware of this aliveness.
Remove that, no. Just stay in aliveness. Is aliveness personalized? Is aliveness unique property of you?
There is something which is aware of that aliveness, no?
That is also, is it personal to you?
Yeah, my intellect isn't the intellect aware of
The
this
moment you
aliveness?
the moment you are adding all this my, you are personalizing. Aliveness in you, tell me, is she alive?
Yeah.
Is the aliveness personal to you? Is she aware of this her aliveness?
Yeah.
Then is awareness personal to you? Then what is personal to you? What exactly is personal to you? I mean, we have to understand what is personal and what is impersonal. Is your memory personal to you? Is your thought personal to you? Is your body personal to you? But is awareness personal to you? Personal means I only have. Your memory she doesn't have. That's why it's personal.
And awareness are not.
What is not personal, but awareness and aliveness, which is not personal, which is manifest reality, is called Saguna Brahma, meaning all of them, all of you. The moment you say it's awareness is in me, it becomes personalized to you. But in reality, it never can be you alone. Your memory is personal, I agree. Your body is personal, I agree. But awareness and aliveness, how it can be personal? It's universal, no? You are experiencing your body. Does it make it personal?
Where hunger, sleep, everything is common. It's not personal. Hunger, sleep, thirst.
So if you make it personal, it's universal only. What is the personal and universal? How do you make a distinction? Yeah. That's why I said, Ya Devi Sarabodhi Shuddha. Mother is divine, mother is present, everybody has hunger. It's impersonal. It's universal. Then where do we bring the concept of personality? Tell me. Where is personal becomes impersonal becomes personal? Impersonal becomes personal because memory. Your supreme memory on that. Oh, I ate food yesterday. I ate food now. Others, hunger is appearing for anybody. Your memory is making impersonal to personal. Right? If you look at really, memory also cannot make impersonal to personal. Memory also event happened. That's all. At that moment. But you think that memory has happened to this body-mind complex. That's why I'm making it personal. But without understanding, the body-mind complex also has changed. Is it clear? So, is there anything personal in life?
But it didn't happen to her. That's why it's personal.
So that's where I'm saying the her in your concept is a lady with some memory. But her, what you see as body, is this moment only it's appearing. It's here and now. So on the here and now, you are superimposing on what is past memory. In your case, also past memory you are superimposing now and say it's personal. But memory, if you look at that, memory is just instantaneous. It's just a moment. Then what is personal in life? Life is happening.
She cannot access that memory. I can access that memory.
So one who says I can access that memory, you are saying personal. That's why your memory you are basing as a personalized. What's happening at this moment is not personal.
Personalization is just a bundle of memory.
Bundle of memory also has personalization. Bundle of memory superimposing on the present moment. Bundle of memory is superimposing on the present moment and says personal.
Whatever is getting superimposed, only that.
That much only. Otherwise, there's nothing personal about life. Your body is happening this moment, your experience is happening this moment, and on that you are superimposing some memory. The memory is the root of superimposition. If you look at really memory is also cannot be superimposed because it's not what past memory is not relevant to this moment. Is this clear to so far? Okay, so there's a subject and object and process of observing, knower, known, and knowing. In Puranic, in Vedic language, this called known is called Chandas. Knowing principle is called Samhita. Knower is called Rushi. This is only for information. Don't have to think too much because when I'm related to Vedas, I'm trying to tell you. Okay. So here say known, knower, known, and knowledge. So knower and known are both objects. The object is because you are identifying object by object called tree or flower, and you are identifying subject called me, and both are memory. But if you look at this moment, there's only knowing which is happening, experiencing which is happening. So what is there personal about experiencing? Seeing is happening, touching is happening, feeling is happening. To whom? Me, Prabhuji. Prabhuji comes from memory. So any moment it's only experiencing is happening and knowing is happening. Experiencing also is changing. Knowing only is happening. The knowing is present moment. Knowing is the presence, which is impersonal, which is transcendental. Now, on that, memory is getting superimposed, making it personal, subject and object. But please understand, the subject-object superimposition is happening not when the experience is happening. When the experience is happening, it's always experiencing only. There's no subject-object there. Only post or pre. Before experience or after experience, nowhere and none are coming. Others knowing only is there. Experiencing only is there. Where is the duality? Tell me. All your duality is based on the memory superimposition. It's not at all reality. Because reality is this moment. This moment is everything is happening. Everything is experiencing. Are you getting it, Ashwini? Did you get it? See, when you say I, you are referring to Uma, who is woman, married, so many. Memory experience you are bringing to this moment. But when you are experiencing something, there's no Uma. There's just the experience is there. When you eat banana, eating is there. The taste is there. Then you bring from memory. I am Uma. I ate breakfast now. Like that. The memory is superimposing. Others present moment, only God is there. Every moment there's only God. God means consciousness. You are an illusion which is being brought from memory. Ghost. This is clear, Gayatri? Huh? So personalization is happening only because of memory. And that memory is getting superimposed when the experience is over, not doing experience. For recording purpose and retrieval purpose. When this experience is happening, there's no duality. Only knowing is there. Only experiencing is there. Experiences rise and fall. Like waves rise and fall. Is it clear to you?
This personalization, post-experience, there is a personalization of that experience. That is also an experience, right? There is an experience.
Okay.
Next, a thought comes, which is personalizing this experience. This is also an experience.
What you call as experience is knowing. Knowing is the only experience. When you say experience, what is the experience? Seeing is experience, touching is experience, feeling is an experience, right? We have to understand what do you mean by experience.
Personalizing is also an experience.
So let us say what is an experience? Anything which is received through sense organs, touching, feeling, sensing.
Body is a field of
Body, sensations, touch, feel, sound, all these are experiences. Okay, let me tell. Everything which is happening in the present moment is an experience. Now, I am drinking this coffee. The taste, if you take attention, there's no coffee and me. Only taste is there. I'm hearing something. There's no me and the sound. Only sound is there. The experience alone is there. Touch, sound, smell, taste, and form. Experience alone is there. Now that has to be given a name. Okay, name called coffee. Coffee comes from memory. When coffee comes from memory, this experience is cut. Coffee experience is cut because mind can operate only one thing at a time. So then coffee comes. Then I come. I am drinking coffee. So memory is superimposed on this. Okay. Is that superimposition an experience? Because the superimposition also has to be known by. It has to be known. It is knowing principle has to be there.
There is a knowing of coffee now.
There's knowing of an object called coffee.
Okay, see, in the earlier experience, there is a knowing of taste. In current experience, there is a knowing of coffee. In the next experience, there is a knowing of me, which is taking.
There's a knowing of content of the mind called memory. Okay. So this is also an experience. But if you look at this, all these experiences are mithya because they appear and disappear. Then what is the only real experience we have? Knowing all the time. So when you call experience, mithya experience you call as experience or knowing is the experience? Knowing is the alone experience. That's alone is the spiritual experience. awareness. Everything else is a mithya, appearing and disappearing, including memory access, including recording the memory. Your question is memory access, is it an experience? Yes, it's experience because it comes to awareness. There's a knowing. Okay. It's an experience, but it's a mithya experience because everything is temporary, appearing and disappearing.
Including the stages also,
Yeah, everything is mithya, no?
where the personalization didn't happen yet.
Correct.
A pure experience.
Experience where the subject object has not appeared, what I call pure experience.
That's also mithya.
Mithya only, no? It is appearing and disappearing. No? Nothing is staying, no? So everything is only one experience there. Knowing only is there. All the time, awareness.
Then knowing is mithya.
Huh?
Knowing is not mithya.
We'll come to that. Knowing alone is there in the background of everything. Can knowing be there when nothing is there? It is there. When nothing is there, knowing is there. And something is there, knowing is there. That's why knowing is the universe. It's eternal. So this test of presence and absence of objects for knowing is called Anvaya Vyatireka. Anvaya Vyatireka. Please understand, to distinguish Atma, Anatma Viveka, Nitya Anitya Viveka, Anvaya Vyatireka has to be applied. If you don't apply Anvaya Vyatireka, you start looking for Atma in Samadhi. If you apply the Anvaya Vyatireka logic, you can find Atma in the waking state, dream state, deep sleep state all the time. If you apply Anvaya Vyatireka only the absence of thought is Samadhi, then you'll find out only Vyatireka you'll find out. Right? Sahaja Samadhi you have to go, Anvaya Vyatireka you have to apply with Nitya Anitya, Atma Anatma Viveka apply. Three Viveka you have to apply. Anvaya Vyatireka, Nitya Anitya Viveka, Atma Anatma Viveka. Then only you can go to Sahaja Samadhi. Otherwise you can't go to Sahaja Samadhi. Otherwise you say, no, I have to sit in Samadhi. You don't sit in Samadhi, you don't stand in Samadhi, you are in Samadhi all the time if you apply Anvaya Vyatireka. Presence and absence of objects. Something and nothing. Then you are also always in Samadhi. Anvaya Vyatireka. If you don't apply Anvaya Vyatireka, no, I have to make my mind blank, I have to go to thoughtless state. Then what Atma is that? It's not all pervading, it's only in Samadhi. Is this clear?
I didn't understand that.
See, that Anvaya Vyatireka I'll tell in the next slide. Right? Basically, we say, I have to meditate. What is meditation? My mind's thoughts have to stop. If thoughts have to stop and I have to find Atma, the Atma is in a prison called thoughtless state. Atma can never be in prison. Atma is present in thoughts and present in the absence of thoughts. Right? It's in both the conditions. So both the conditions I have to recognize Atma. That can only happen when Atma Anatma Viveka, Nitya Anitya Viveka, and Anvaya Vyatireka applied. Anvaya Vyatireka, I am bringing terminology here now.
This one I take and treat. And then 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you should okay. And then the other thoughts will come. And then
Let the thoughts be there. Has anything happened to Atma?
Atma is there. Atma is there everywhere. But I'm telling
See, your problem is not Atma, your problem is not thoughts. Your problem is confusing Atma with the thoughts. For Atma, presence and absence of thought, will it matter? It is mattering to you because you are confusing I with the thought. The I thought is the confusion. You have to understand I thought, real meaning of I thought. Real meaning of I thought is I am. Real meaning of I am is I. If you understand this, you will enter into Sahaja Samadhi. If you don't understand, you will never be able to enter into Sahaja Samadhi.
One line can explain what is Atma and Atma.
Atma means what is consciousness, what is the matter? Jada, right? Self and non-self. Body is Jada because I am able to see it. Mind is Jada because I am able to. Intellect is Jada because I am able to see thoughts. So separate out that. Nitya Anitya means what is temporary and what is eternal. The Anvaya Vyatireka is presence and absence of anything will not affect me to knowing principle. Is it clear, Uma? Yes.
Yes.
If you understand Anvaya Vyatireka, Atmanam Nitya Nitya, you don't have to close your eyes. You'll be always in Samadhi. That's called Sahaja Samadhi. Otherwise, we are waiting means again it comes again. Again, you have stopped applying Anvaya Vyatireka. It's here and now and nowhere. All that both simultaneously. Anybody has a question on Zoom? Nashimurthy?
Prabhuji, this pure knowing is anubhava.
Okay.
From this knowing, we say, I am seeing,
Yeah.
I am speaking,
Right.
I am hearing.
Right.
These are all anubhavas. Can I say that?
Anubhava and Anubhava, these terminologies I don't want to introduce. Okay.
Okay. Now, the moment we use the word experience, experience is something which has happened in the past, and I am trying to...
experiencing. I don't want to use.
Okay. Continuous tense. Okay. Got it.
I'm using continuous tense. Experiencing is happening.
Okay. That is happening. Okay. Got it.
Thinking, tasting
Seeing.
is now. Right?
Yeah.
So now they are all experiences.
Okay. Got it, Prabhuji.
Okay. But they're all temporary. Mithya.
Yes.
Behind all of this, knowing is always there.
Gottaitappa.
I thought Gottaitappa is there.
Yes.
Gottaitappa is permanent.
Yes.
That Gottaitappa, knowing principle, is there in the presence of any experiencing or absence of any experiencing.
Got it.
So because it's present in both experiencing and absence of experiencing, it is called Anvaya Vyatireka logic. Presence and absence is there. So if Anvaya Vyatireka is applied, then you are always the Atma. You are never an Atma.
Got it. It's an eye opener.
Which eye? So when you say something, I don't understand that very easily.
Ajnana Chakshu. Ajnana Chakshu.
Ajnana Chakshu is open.
Yes.
So I want to go into Samadhi is also not reality. I am in Samadhi all the time is the reality.
The doer is there then. If one wants to go to Samadhi, there is a doer.
There's a doer.
Yes.
There's a doing, there's no problem.
Yes.
There's no problem. There's knowing, there's no problem. The moment doer, thinker, feeler, you bring in, there's a problem. Because
Asangoham. Asangoham.
That's why I say, please understand, mark my words, okay?
Yes.
There's no enlightened being.
Yeah.
There's enlightened actions. No doer, no thinker, no knower, but actions happen. Right?
Epram driven. E-pram driven.
Enlightened being is not there. Enlightened doing is there.
Yes.
There is no doer.
Yes. Pre-programmed Epram.
No, pre-programmed. Pre-programmed means karma.
Karma, yes.
In enlightened being, the doing is moment to moment.
Yes.
Spontaneous.
Yes. Yes, Prabhuji. Got it.
Okay. Everybody satisfied or anybody has a doubt? We'll give a break for 15 minutes to digest. So if somebody has not digested, please come back. So 15 minutes break, okay? We'll join back at how much? 12:10. 12:30 we'll come back.
Guruji, this is Gayatri here. Can I interpret this as like this? So that there is nothing to practice, like there is nothing I have to do or something.
So there's
it is happening.
So if there is nothing, that question I'll take after the break, okay?
Okay, Guruji. Okay.
This question requires a little bit more elaboration.
Okay.
So happening is happening because of Prakriti.
Okay.
Spontaneous actions happen because of consciousness. Not driven by Prakriti.
Okay.
Enlightened doing is because of consciousness. enlightened, it's also happening, but enlightened doing, unenlightened doing is happening in Prakriti, nature.
Okay, Guruji.
That's
Okay.
karma. This is freedom, mukti.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Conscious, spontaneous action is called enlightened being. There's no doer. Okay. Unconscious actions also happening. There's also no doer, but there's a sense of doership. That's called Prakriti, nature, program. So do not program is a spontaneous action.
Okay.
Right?
Right. Right, Guruji. Right.
Okay. We'll join back at 12:30. Okay. See, basically, from pure awareness, which is Sat Chit Ananda, Sat aspect of Sat Chit Ananda Brahman is non-dual. It's not aware of anything because there's nothing is to be aware of. There's no duality. Not aware of its existence also. But burst Brahman becomes aware of I exist. I exist with Sat. Sat aspect becomes the who becomes aware of that? Chit aspect becomes aware of Sat. It's like waking up.
But with this, as long as intellect is involved, it believes it comes under conceived. Or
No. Here I am saying how intellect itself came in the beginning and how intellect goes back to the self. If you do, this is required to understand non-duality. Others will still operating intellect and consciousness, duality. So the intellect first. Intellect is nothing but sattva, Sat aspect of Brahman. Sat aspect of Brahman is separate from Brahman. It's an object or subject.
Just like body or mind is
See.
Yeah, but that has come.
Correct.
Yeah, so how does that make intellect
After
not part of the
after it separates out, it's part of sense organs. It's the beginning. Beginning, intellect has come, and that intellect becomes an instrument. But when it appears, appears as I am thought. Okay, when it appears I am thought, it is connecting Sat aspect to the Chit. Sat and Chit appears as I am thought. That's why that I am is both. I am. I means consciousness, am is existence. That I am is the first expression. First expression is I am. I become aware of my existence. That first expression becomes the instrument for further objects in the world. That's why the first expression that I am is called Mahat Tattva or Brahmaji or universal mind.
Why intellect appears to them? Why not something else?
Intellect is Sattva-guna. Sattva-guna is coming from Sat. Everything else is Rajaguna, Tamaguna. Why intellect appears? Say the pure, there is other than Brahman, there's nothing here. There's no intellect, there's no body, there's no mind, nothing. Everything is appearing in a dream. Correct? So dream to appear somewhere at the beginning has to happen, no? Right? There is a dream as a beginning, no? What is the beginning of the dream? The consciousness which is dreamless, equivalent of dreamless sleep, non-dual, becomes aware. What is awareness? First awareness, I exist. Only first, I exist, only then something else exists, no? If I exist, thought doesn't come, something else exists, doesn't come.
Can we say here that there is a knowing of I exist? It's an experience, right?
I don't want to say,
It's an experience, no?
I don't want to say knowing of. That means you are making object. I exist. Sat is my nature. I exist. I am. I and am, you cannot separate out. Okay. I exist is the first expression. So then I exist is the first expression. That is the most intuitive experience which anybody has. So that moment, Mahat Tattva or universal mind appears. It's called Sattva-guna. What is Sattva-guna? In a reality, Sat aspect is recognized as I am. That's called Brahmaji. Then Rajas and Tamas is used for Vikshepa and Avarana. Further, objects appear. So now, this is how the manifestation happened. Reverse way, you go all the manifestation, all the objects, you finally come back to I am. Then you understand I am is nothing but Sattva aspect, me. Then there's no more intellect. Intellect has dissolved. If you don't dissolve the intellect, it's called Mano Nasha has not happened. Mano Laya has happened. Mano Laya has happened in sleep because still intellect is there. It will come out. So when you understand intellect is nothing but Sattva Guna is nothing but Sat, then it will merge with Brahman. Yeah. That's what is what is the meaning of Mano Nasha?
But here you would say, I'm
ignorance.
the fear by thought.
Ignorance, the rootest ignorance is that intellect is also there. Duality is still there. Intellect is there. Is something after realization intellect is there?
I'm the fear by thought. I'm the fear by thought dissolve.
I am the Siepa in the subtle aspect. Please understand. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. Right? Nanu nanembudu nanalla. Ee deha mana buddhi nanalla. Next, Satchidananda Atma, Shivanandani. Who says Nanu nanalla? In the intellect thought is there. Now the intellect thought also dissolves because Shivoham. How does it become Shiva? The intellect is nothing but Sattva-guna. Sattva-guna is nothing but Sat, existence. So there's no more duality left. Now no traces of Buddhi's mind left.
Isn't intellect saying I'm Shiva, non-Shiva?
If intellect is showing Shivoham, Shiva and I are there.
But what is transactional ego then?
That is your dissolved. Okay. Now you come up. When you're transacting the world, still the intuitive part of it is pointing to real I. Transactional I operates. So a person is Gnani is simultaneously in the transactional and transcendental. The transaction is happening and transcendental is operating because intuition is now pointing to the intuition corruption is gone.
But for transactional to happen, intellect is required.
Where does the intellect go?
As an instrument.
Intellect is coming as an instrument, but there's no more confusion in the instrument now. The confusion is gone now.
So it is I am the intellect is gone. That identification.
I am any object is gone. Now for Gnani, everything is Brahman. The intellect and body and all word, he can use it for some purpose of communication. Others for him, Brahman only is there. Because it's everything is dissolved into Brahman. Resolved into Brahman. Others still duality will be left. If duality is left, it will catch you anytime. That's why you'll ask, how many times I have to practice? When I have to practice, you'll ask. Because the resolution has not happened. Dissolution has not happened.
So when the intellect realizes it is Brahman, itself is also Brahman.
Intellect cannot realize. Jivatma realizes I am Brahman. And the last one thought is called I am Brahman. The intellect, I am thought is there. The I am thought is nothing but Sattva-guna. Sattva-guna is nothing but Sat. Then resolution happens. Otherwise, still there is a concept as intellect is there. Is your question answered or not?
So from I am intellect comes or intellect and I am come together.
Everything, that first thought is comes together. The first thought is I exist. Right? I exist. Who says that I exist?
I don't know.
The consciousness, no. The Brahman.
Consciousness will not say anything.
Consciousness will not say anything in beeps, in non-duality. Now the duality appears.
Fear.
Right? The first step of duality appearance is I exist. Means I become aware of my existence.
Who said?
Who says? Is there anybody to say?
No. That's all. Then
That Brahman becomes aware of himself. Saguna, Nirguna Brahma becomes aware of himself as Saguna Brahma.
okay.
Right? That's called I amness.
So I am is the first manifestation of Saguna Brahma.
I would say first manifestation or first expression. First expression.
Of Saguna Brahma.
Okay. So that not first expression of Saguna Brahma. First expression of Nirguna Brahma. Nirguna Brahma takes the form of Saguna Brahma in the form of I am. Okay. So that in Vedanta, in Puranic language is called Mahat Tattva. Cosmic mind. Cosmic mind feeling is I am.
Mahatma is the supreme intelligence. That's what we said.
Supreme intelligence. Supreme intellect.
Not intellect, intelligence.
Supreme intelligence is nothing but Paramatma only, no?
Yeah.
Pure awareness. Pure awareness has taken the form of consciousness. That consciousness is called Mahat Tattva.
Okay, so the first expression is I am. So where does intellect fall into picture here?
That I am is nothing but expression to happen. You have to become recognized Sattva aspect of me. I. Who is that I? Existence. That becomes a that Sattva Guna. Your Sat aspect is objectified now. I exist. The moment you objectify Sat existence, that becomes intellect. Cosmic mind.
So intellect comes into picture because it does this knowing function. It has this knowing function. It inherits the.
It inherits the knowing, but it has not inherited objects. Objects have not come. Objects will come.
Yeah, I am is there.
And that is called intuition, pure intuition. Intuition free from objects now. Intuition of the subject, which is existence. So now after that, Rajoguna will come. Rajoguna will project. Oh, if I exit, this is there, this is there, this can be there, this can be there. If Vikshepa. And Vikshepa is there, then Avarana will come. Then I'll forget. I'll look at that and forget myself. Avarana. Tamoguna.
This discrimination has to happen intellectually in a sequential manner and again in order to.
So until you remove the root, you still ask the question, I'm not realized. What I have to do? Until your intellect is resolved and dissolved in Sattva Guna, which is nothing but Sattva, still the problem will keep on coming. And how it can resolve? Only with crystal clear clarity. It's not a mechanical practice.
Which itself will come only when discrimination is happening with full intellect, and yet all the time. All the time.
All the time is an illusion.
That discrimination, can it be all the time?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
nothing. I don't go 1 step further.
Patient is this.
How the intellect will resolve the
Meditation, real meditation is understanding this, he said. So understanding this also is not listening. Listening to this, Shravana Matrena Mukti, you get a clarity. Clarity you don't get because still mind is cluttered. That's why Prashna and Uttara Matrena Mukti. After that time, you see, I understood. Okay, I don't think about this fellow, they probably doesn't mention my question. That's what she's doing. He is not understanding my question. What do you know talking to this fellow? Okay, we'll go more, let's start with mobile. I'm not, I want you to question. I don't understand what you're asking because the context I'm not understand.
There's still confusion for me between I am the BMI will dissolve and intellect will dissolve.
I'll tell you. The method of Vedanta is a discussion. It's not pravachan. Where Guru and Shishya have discussed. In that heat of the discussion, the fire will emerge. For that, questioning is required, answering is required. It may be that some of the things are blind to me also. Sometimes I may not understand the question. Okay? But that's not the way. Ultimately, the opening has to happen. It's an inquiry into the truth. I cannot give up. So, the reason I was trying to come to you is that you're trying to say, I am is coming from the outer, just like feeling and thought.
Not coming from outer.
I don't know. Listen carefully. What
It is known in this body.
Is intuition. You started classifying along with the feeling and other things also which are rising. So that first I'm trying to associate it came from within.
What is this within then?
What is within?
Aren't feelings rising within?
Which within?
Within the body.
Within kidney, within liver, within heart.
Yeah.
That's the body. The first rose from the consciousness, Brahman. That's what I'm trying to point out. That's why I was not.
Where do I become aware of it? Within the body only. It might have come from, every feeling is coming from consciousness only. Even happiness, sadness is also coming from, every thought is coming from consciousness.
No, this is every Brahman. The discussion is over.
No. Why are they giving special status?
That's specially because when Brahma says inquired who am I, that I am is the root, I am.
Yeah, it's the root thought.
Root thought arrives not in the body arose after that. The sensation in the body arose that. So now, earlier I told you, be aware of feelings in the body, aliveness in the body, I told you. Because I was taking one step lower to you. If I don't tell this, you can't go catch that I am feeling. I am realizing. So now I am trying to remove that also. Go to the root of the feeling, where it starts coming. That's why Ramana said, point to just feeling. Just here that I am arises. Then from that it becomes body functions, then aliveness comes in the body. First I told you reflection. Chidabhasa first in the buddhi and then body and mind.
Yeah.
First appears in the buddhi. Now you are assuming that buddhi and body is appear together. And since buddhi appears with that I am.
I miss the Chidabhasa, right?
This explanation happens if I come from this side, manifest side, the explanation you want to. Now I'm taking to your boundary between the manifest and unmanifest. There, how I am doing? The I came as the universal intellect. Mahatattva. Brahman became aware of it himself. That's called Mahatattva. That's now instrument called intellect. Now that becomes the intellect. Instrument. See, earlier I'm trying to explain I'm coming outside inner. Now I'm trying to say, when you come here, how to cross over this. Then you have to understand how it came from inside to outside. That boundary you have to cross.
I am is a bundle of energy sensations. It's a bundle of energy, which means sensation.
That's the first layer.
Oh, that's the outside layer.
I am always following the Adhyarata Apavada. Suddenly I'm not telling you I am.
So it is now, it is not a bundle of energy.
Now you're going deeper.
Huh.
Where did the energy, where is the source of energy?
Consciousness.
The consciousness point where the source is coming is called I am. Now this I am is not a feeling or experiencing the body. That's the next level.
But how did Mahatattva become individualized?
Mahatattva starts conceptualizing everything in the body. Brahman started thinking, let there be horses, the horse in the okay. And he appears interacted with the horse. The Upanishad says, he made a horse of it. Then he becomes human horse. And here you go there. Then he forget that he's Brahman. So every animal he takes the other form. Then he starts changing that. Don't worry, you are also going into Brahman also is not trouble. You think you are in Maya. Actually, Brahman as manifested is Maya. I am here as Gnana Shakti. The Gnana Shakti has created Ichcha Shakti, desire, creation. Okay, Kriya Shakti supported it. The first, you have to become aware to start creation. Pratna.
Aware of yourself.
Aware of yourself.
Selfless.
That is the pure self. So that is the Tattvamasi. Sohamasi. If you put any other Sohamasi, it won't work. Then you say, what is Sohamasi? How can be? So please, Gayatri, when I say ask questions, I know I do not understand the question, but ultimately clarity is crystal clear. That's the whole purpose of Vedanta teaching. Okay? If somebody says what stupid question you are asking, don't be afraid. I am not afraid of my stupidity. I may not have answers for all. But I don't want to live. If answers I don't have, I don't want to get, I can get exposed. It's okay. It's opening for me. In this, I am saying, maybe I am doing something wrong understanding. Then get exposed. Okay. No, nothing wrong in that. That's the part of Satya, truth. I would very much love to ask questions. That's why I keep on asking. Ask questions. The moment you say, no, I don't have questions, my whole class will proceed further. I assume that you have understood.
You were saying you.
Okay.
What was that? Yaropa Apavada is happening, I don't know. I'm the Ahankara is I'm the BMI. So when Ahankara
Okay.
is on,
So please understand there are two ways of approaching Vedantic teaching. From body, mind, and intellect point of view, you start going there. So you start saying, Neti, Neti, Neti. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not. It's the inner journey. Right? You discard it. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. Now, what instrument you are using? Intellect only, right? So now, finally, the intellect has to be discarded. I am not the intellect also. If you
Cannot, right?
You can, that's what I'm trying to say. Intellect cannot be discarded. Intellect has to be absorbed. Listen carefully. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. In see intellect here, the thinking, discrimination faculty. So you have discriminated and come to that point. Then still you have deep understanding that intellect is there. I have used the intellect for the best ability. You are not discarded the instrument itself. Right?
You cannot.
you can. The instrument itself, buddhi, which is used for discarding everything. Now, after discarding everything, rajoguna, tamoguna is gone. I am not body, I am not body, I am not the mind. I can say I'm not.
Intellect is still there.
But intellect is still there. The intellect is sattva guna. Now it has come pure sattva. Pure sattva is also manifestation. Now the pure sattva, you have to understand, the pure sattva has come from sat, which means manifest, astitva, existence aspect, unmanifest. Okay. So now sattva, you have to merge with the sat.
Tell in these words, intellect has to merge with the consciousness.
Sattva, intellect is pure sattva. Pure sattva is nothing but Ishvara, universal consciousness. So that has to merge with the sat, means which is a Brahman, Sachidananda. Sat aspect of Brahman is sat. Then now there's no instrument also. So when there's no instrument now, it is called non-dual. Otherwise, you have concept that I use the instrument, but still instrument is there.
At that point, what happens to this I am? That is also gone.
You're right. Pure awareness.
That's what is happening every day in the deep sleep.
No. What happens in every deep sleep, that I am or intellect and both, all this is not rejected. Tamoguna, what is it? Body, mind, intellect, world is real. The conceptually. So that instrument goes to a subtle condition. It's not resolved. It is not dissolved. So now that again come as a seed. Wake up. Okay. Whereas with proper discrimination, you can resolve and dissolve intellect, which is sattva guna pradhana, into sat aspect of Brahman. Now there is nothing more to seed give us rise to next. Otherwise, in sleep, what happens? The intellect goes into dormant condition. It goes to seed condition. It goes into Maya. It goes into what you call as avyakta, unmanifest. Avyakta is there as seed form. Then it becomes vyakta, manifest, waking state. Whereas with jnana discrimination, what goes into avyakta is I am Brahman. The intellect also has merged with Brahman. Now there's nothing left in the avyakta. So it cannot, tomorrow morning when you get up, you don't get up as Jiva, you get up as Brahman.
But using the instrument.
Then transactional.
You will be, see, I'll answer the question separately. But this process you understood up to this point? You'll be using the instrument, I'll tell you why. That's a different aspect. But this process is deep sleep, and there's samadhis, one is Jada Samadhi, where you try to make the mind silent and go to its deep sleep and blissful. There, Adnana, what is there, is backed up. And when you wake up, it'll come out. Sleep is also like Jada Samadhi. You go with I am the body, I am the mind, I am the world, I am the world. You don't examine and go. Whereas in Chetana Samadhi, you have done discrimination. Very clear. You have got a clarity. I am Brahman. Okay. And Buddhi is nothing but Sattva-guna. Sattva-guna is nothing but Sat. So there's no duality left now. That clarity destroys the seed of ignorance. This is called Karana Sharira has destroyed. Karana Sharira. Otherwise, Karana Sharira will remain.
But
So,
if the intellect goes back into this dissolved and resolved, it is the reflecting surface, right? The whole Jivatma disappears.
correct. So what happens now? For him, Adnana is gone. Okay. Adnana is gone. His root Adnana is destroyed.
Yeah.
So now in the intuition, nothing gets superimposed. On the intuitive part of the I am, nothing gets superimposed.
Which is inside intellect.
Inside, there's no more superimposition when it comes up. Now, why the intellect?
Intellect is coming up.
Intellect is coming up not because of Adnana, because of pending Prarabdha Karma. Prarabdha Karma is now more related to Loka Kalyana and service. So then what will happen? He will never forget his true nature. Avarana Vikshepa will not cover him. The example I gave you,
Sattva remains, Rajas and Tamas are gone.
Rajas and Tamas are there to fulfill the Prarabdha Karma of the body, pending. Tamas will not. Tamas, he will never get deluded by I am the body, I am anything. Rajas will be there. So because his remaining parabrahma has to complete that, body has to complete. So that will continue. How he functions, I'll tell later. But you have to understand Laya Samadhi, Jada Samadhi, and Laya. Laya means absorption. So in sleep, it gets absorbed, everything gets absorbed. In beautiful music, people start crying, or in Bhava Samadhi, they'll start crying. The Manonasha has happened. But purification happens. They'll get absorbed. Right? In deep sleep, what happens? Body and the mind and intellect go into very seed condition. Seed condition is equal to blueprint. It's called a Karna Sharira. But whatever is there in the waking state, whatever impression is there, going there and coming out. But with proper discrimination, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa, I would say all the three, depending on what stage you are. So what happens? You are changing the data structure in the waking state. Your understanding, you are changing the state. That understanding which is changed in the waking state, that understanding you go back to Buddhi is already merged with the Atma. How was merged? Buddhi is nothing but Shabda. Neti has removed Rajaguna. Then what remains is Satoguna. Satoguna is nothing but Sat. Sat is nothing but Brahman. So now there's no duality. There's no Prakriti to handle. Okay, you go back. So then that has to happen in the waking state. Once it happens in the waking state, it will affect in the deep sleep. It is happening in the dream also. In deep sleep, what a dream will happen? Now, dream you start interacting. You will interact as Brahman, not as an individual. When you interact as Brahman, you will say more as Sakshi. Interact in the world more as Sakshi. So in deep sleep, you'll go with the thought that I am. They won't understanding that I am Brahman. There's no duality. Then when you wake up, it will come up because some residual impressions to create the body is there, but avarana will not come back to you. You'll not forget yourself. And now you'll function. The functioning is now, earlier your function is unconscious, you are driven by Prakriti. Now you are aware of your true nature, Brahman. Okay? Actions will be spontaneous, moment to moment.
But Prakriti you need Prakriti for functioning of the body.
But yeah, the body mind functions because the body mind is kept alive by the
Earlier, that lady asked, you said now Prakriti is completely out of
functioning. The functioning before Jnana and after Jnana are different.
Earlier I was driven by Prakriti, now I use Prakriti, right?
Yeah. Earlier, you're unconscious and I am the body. She's there. Gayatri, are you there? No, she's not there.
Yes, Guruji, I'm there. Yeah.
Rajesh Jagdish, you are Gayatri?
Yeah, I'm Gayatri. Yes. I've logged in. Okay. I'm Gayatri here, sir.
Yeah. I'm answering your question. See, before realization, our entire life is happening only. Okay? But I have a doership. I think I am doing. Prakriti hai kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankar vimudatma kartahami manyate. I am doer. Right? So now, what is it doing? Something I see, some changes happen. I am driven by my programs, subconscious programs, vasanas, impressions. But still I claim I am doing. Example is, a boy sees a girl. I love you, he says. I only love you. Okay. Now he refers to I as a body and he is feeling that love. But love is actually now some chemicals are produced in the body. Hormones are produced. That he calls as love. So you can't distinguish what's happening. Unconsciously, you're driven by Prakriti, but still you claim the doership. In reality, there's no doership. In reality, it's happening unconsciously. Correct? So now, in reality, there's no doership. Okay, but you claim doership, you claim no worship, you claim embership, because there's no pradna, awakening is not happened. Once awakening happens, you are very clear what's happening back. And you understand your true nature. True nature is Sakshi first and Brahman next. Their complete mix-up is happening. That's where our discrimination is very sharp. It's like a scissors, it's like a sharp cutting. Proper discrimination has to happen. That one who does the proper discrimination is called Paramamsa. Very sharp. So you have to understand what is Atma, what is Anatma, what is Nitya, what is Anitya, what is Anvaya, Vyatireka. Okay. So these logics you have to apply properly. Then you have to realize, I am Brahman only. The intellect is used for discrimination. Intellect is used for discarding. I'm not what I'm not. Finally, intellect is a Shivoham. I am Shiva. Who is the Shiva? The remaining part of the intellect which is there now hanging around. Sattva. That Sattva is nothing Sat, and Sat is Shiva. Now nothing more left.
There's the second part of the line.
Huh?
Which part Nanu Nanambudhi is told by the intellect.
Even Shivoham is also told by the intellect. Okay, because now it has clarity has emerged. Nanu Nanembudhu Nanalla, you are trying to remove all superimposition on the intuition. Now identify the intuition. Intuition you recognize as Shiva. Okay, then that's called Brahmakarvati. Intuition is Shiva. That intuition aspect I am is Brahman.
So in the first part, I'm holding on to I am. The second part, I'm saying I am is Shiva.
First part, I am is superimposition so many. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. The superimposition is being removed.
Yeah.
Okay, still you are not with the pure I am. The pure I am comes. And who is the pure I am? Is nothing but Shiva only. Now intuition is I am is there. Then the intellect has become clear now. I am not anything. I am Shiva. That Shiva means the formless reality. So that becomes Brahmakarvati. It's a Brahmakarvati. That's what you have to hold on. So then after that Brahma, it becomes Brahma Rasa. That means now no longer you need to hold on because that intellect merges with the Sat intellect merges with Sattva Guna becomes Sat. So now no more thoughts are required. After that, no more thoughts are required. You are already Manonasha has happened. Okay. So now once this has happened, even once or twice, then further Adnana will not sprout. Until this happens, until complete neti. That's why I said always Nanu Nanam, repeat Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidananda Atma, Shivanan Nane, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. There are two parts in this. Please understand, this is a Mahavakya. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. Now, where is this discrimination happening? In the Buddhi, intellect. Now, I am is that. The I am is into. I am earlier. I am is confused with the body, mind, intellect, which is mentioned. Now, I am is there. Intuitive I am. Now, intuitive I am, you have to understand, is pointing to real I, which is Nirguna Nirakara. I am Brahman. So now I am Brahman, you start understanding. Intellect I used to discriminate. Now intellect I have to dissolve. Otherwise there is still remaining.
Don't dissolve the intellect, but wrong knowledge has to be dissolved because
I'm saying
without intellect,
the source of intellect is wrong knowledge. The dissolution means everything is Adnana only.
source of knowledge.
So I am, as the intellect is there, now the intellect is, instrument is used. Now it's no longer an instrument. It is taken back into the self with Jnana only. So now the real nature of I am is real I, which is non-dual. So now there's nothing called Atma and intellect. The intellect is nothing but Sattva Guna. Sattva Guna is nothing but Sat. Now there's no duality left. Okay. So now this is where you get established in Advaita Brahman. Now no longer thoughts are required. Thoughts have played their role. Brahmakarvati happened, then Akhanda Rasa. That means you become one. There's no more thoughts now. Because the wrong thought, I am, is an object. Intellect is object, is also gone. So now what happened? Akhanda Rasa. There's no sense of duality. So that's where he becomes this is what Ramana Maharshi calls as waking sleep. Jagrata Sushupti.
So in intellect first, it boils down to I am, and then the second equation is I am is equal to Shiva. After that, the intellect gets dissolved.
I am equal to Shiva, how it will become? There's a duality. I am and Shiva.
I am is equal to Shiva. So we are equating it.
Not only equating, there's no two. I am Shiva.
I am is Shiva.
I am is Shiva.
Yeah.
So how is I am is Shiva? I am is nothing but, so far it was the Buddhi. Buddhi is nothing but Sattva Guna.
Yeah.
The Shuddha Sattva, pure Sattva, is nothing but Sat only. Existence only. When I realize that existence, Buddhi is nothing but existence only, Shuddha Sattva is nothing but existence only, then there's nothing called the intellect. There's no duality left. So now what happens? I am Sachidananda Swarupa. Then you don't have to have thought. Okay? This is where Manonasha has happened. What is the question?
After this I am issue, when you say that Sat is Sat, Sattva, Sat existence, without that, can you say what happens to the intellect?
I mean, where is the intellect? Intellect was a concept which arises in consciousness.
That is an instrument, right?
I'm saying,
Like that.
no, I'm saying intellect is an instrument, right? It's like you are sleeping. You are sleeping. Suddenly you dream that you are Cinderella. What happens when Cinderella wakes up? There's no more Cinderella. That waking up point, I'm telling you, what happens in waking point. Otherwise, still you are in the dream. You may have realized that I'm Brahman in the dream, but you're still not woken up fully. When you wake up fully, there's no more Cinderella.
Saying the intellect disappears.
Intellect is, there's no intellect. It was a concept which is a dream which has arrived in consciousness.
So that's the last part of
That is last part of liberation, mukti. Dissolve.
But later again, intellect comes, but
That
now it's a different intellect.
later I'll tell you what happens. Okay. So this is how, is there a question up to this point?
Prabhuji,
What is the question? Yes.
You're going first.
Okay.
Okay. So I am
Yes.
is when intellect recognizes itself as there, then not using the intellect as I am, or feeling intuitively I am is I am, or
Actually, what is the meaning of I am? Is your question that? What is the meaning of I am is somebody saying I am. Who is that somebody who is saying I am? Real I. So now once you realize that real I is saying I am, okay, I am was a concept which is, the intellect was a concept which is coming in that. Now the concept becomes one with the reality.
I'm asking a step before that.
Okay.
In going to that, one step before that. I am not the body, I am not the mind, until then it's fine. Now, I am not the intellect. There is a recognition that all this is with the intellectual faculty, I am saying.
Correct.
Okay. But this I am is intuitive.
Right.
At that point, from that point to at that point, intellect is there, but I am this intellect is refusing to use itself by just recognizing it as there.
Correct.
At that point of
Astitva.
Astitva. Now, in that Astitva, the challenge is to recognize I still need this intellect.
No.
This is my question from first onwards. I'm saying intellect is required. So there is a either conceiving is there, perceiving is there.
See, this point you have to understand. This is a border point. Okay. So intellect is used for discrimination. I'm not the body. I'm not the mind. And also understand I'm not the intellect also because I'm discriminating faculty. You reach there. Then what remains there now? I am there.
So
you're still using the intellect faculty to know the intuitive. So for intuitive knowledge also you need intellect faculty.
I'm saying intellect is there. I'm saying intellect is there. Now intuitional, pure intention remains.
How is that intuitive if you are using the intellect faculty? Then it's not intuitive is what I'm saying.
No, you are trying to say intuition is not different from intellect. I'm saying intuition is the first appearance in the intuition. First appearance as intellect only. They're not separate. That's why intuition has two types. Intuition which came from Brahman, I exist is the first appearance. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not coming from outer. So that is appearing as intellect. There you are not separate, you are not able to separate intellect and intuition. It is the
I am has appeared as.
That's what I'm saying. When you wake up, so Brahma is non-dual, becomes aware. I exist. That I exist means that his expression, right? I would call it as expression. That I expression is called Mahatattva. universal cosmic consciousness.
See, you are saying one side I am has appeared as intellect, another side you said earlier.
No, Yara.
I am.
See,
has appeared
Gayatri,
inside
the
intellect, it is a
so
success
please understand, the language is totally different. The language of a dream world and language of a awakened world is different. Now, if you try to sit in the dream world and try to understand awakened world language, you won't understand. I'm trying to explain from both sides. From this side will come, from this side what will happen. Because the boundary point is where it's unclear. You have to understand my both sides. I'm trying to explain you from what happens from Brahman side and what happens from Jiva side. That in joining point, I'm trying to explain to you. I'm trying to give various viewpoints. So Jiva point of view, I've done discrimination. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect. You come. Then you say, I'm not the intellect also. I'm not discriminating faculty also. Who is that I am? I am is the feeling getting superimposed, not the feeling, body feeling. I am the real Brahman, Ishvara. That is getting superimposed the body, mind, intellect. That discrimination is done. Okay, that means I am not the knower also. Now I am the knowing principle. I am the knowing principle. I am not the knower. That what I am.
There is a jump.
That jump is
jump from Jivahood to Jivahood.
Jivahood to. Right. So far, I'm not the body. I'm not the mind. I'm not the intellect. Still, you are within the Jiva boundary. Correct? No? You are Jiva only. Then what I am? First thought you hold on is I am Sakshi. Okay. To discriminate all these things, you have to hold a thought called I am Sakshi. Okay. So now where you are still within the body only because Sakshi of the body mind complex.
You are on the circle neither inside or outside.
Okay, you are I'm Sakshi. So now next step you have to say this Sakshi is only knowing what is happening within my. Exactly. So next step you have to say this Sakshi is not individual. Sakshi is universal. Sakshi is there in me. Sakshi is there in everybody. Now the Sakshi doesn't know particular. Sakshi is eliminating possible.
Question is at that point, how do I say that? No, say means what? How I have to know this intuitively and not intellectually, or intellectually?
No. See,
using intellect.
Still, you have come to Jiva Sakshi. Still, you have concept of I am individual. Correct. That's why you are saying I am Jiva Sakshi. Correct. Okay, Jiva Sakshi concept has to dissolve. Yes. I am within the boundary of Jiva. I have to dissolve. Yes. So then you have to say I am Vishwa Sakshi, means Ishvara Sakshi. So I am collective Sakshi. You have to say.
How do I say that?
Based on
what? Say
listen, I am saying. So far, I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. What? How did you say? Why did you understand? Intellect. Why did you understand?
This identification with the
Vedantic teaching of Dragdashi Viveka. You come to I am Sakshi. Correct. Okay, you come to I am Sakshi because you didn't magically you didn't pick up. Dragdashi Viveka applied. Correct. You come to I am Sakshi. Yes. This is Jiva Sakshi.
Yeah, now progressively identified with the higher.
Okay. Now Vedantic teaching is telling Jiva Sakshi has to be dissolved. Understanding of Ishvara Sakshi.
How will that happen?
Sakshi has happened. Now with Sakshi, what has happened? Most of the mental disturbances have come down because you are not identifying anything. You have become. Now still you are individual. Still I am individual concept is there. That individual concept has to be dissolved. So how do you dissolve that? So now you have to say Sakshi is there in everybody. What I am calling Sakshi is only reflected consciousness in the body mind complex. So the reflection is happening from the source. That is the Ishvara. The source is same for everybody. I am not the reflection, I am the source.
This is also an intellectual.
Based on Vedantic teaching, you have to shift from Jiva Sakshi to Ishvara Sakshi.
But that is still in the intellect.
Everything is intellect. Ultimately, final thing also is in the intellect only. Until the intellect is also in final. You're not, intellect is required until intellect is merged with the self. Then Akhanda Rasa happens, Brahmadnana happens. So now,
you have to say, we have recognized that the reflected I as an original I, and I am that original
I am that original I, you have to hold on. In the intellect.
In the intellect.
Okay, now, with that all, see, basically it's simple. Knowing principle is not personal. The Sakshi, Jiva Sakshi is personal because it's knowing what's happening. But knowing principle is not personal, it's there for everybody. Collective. So from individual, you have to move into impersonal. Jiva to Deva, Ishvara Sakshi. Okay. So personal you have gone to impersonal. Sakshi is impersonal. From impersonal you have to go to universal. Ishvara. See, Jiva is personal. Jiva, anything I say, you'll get hurt. You're individualized consciousness. Oh, you are looking good, I feel happy. No, you're looking bad, you feel bad. So you are personalizing your thing. So by becoming Jiva Sakshi, you are discriminating. So what's happening is not I, Anatma. So you come to now, you are no longer getting affected by any of the external stimulus. That's where you do Shamadama Tidiksha Uparadi, the developer. Now you have come to a stage where individuality is there. I'm Sakshi of the individual, concept is there. Okay. Then you have to say Sakshi of the individuality has to be dissolved with the universal. So Sakshi of the individual is there because it's an individual reflection. Still I am in the reflection of the Buddhi, Chidavasa.
Yeah, see this again.
Why I am looking at only what's happening within the body-mind complex? Because I am the reflection in the body-mind complex, Chidavasa. So Chidavasa has become Jiva Sakshi. Now you have to understand, Chidavasa comes from the original, which is Ishvara Sakshi. Ishvara Sakshi is universal. The sun is reflecting in lake, pond. Like that, Ishvara Sakshi is reflecting in this body. This body is Jiva Sakshi. So that's why I'm not able to understand what's happening in her mind. So now individuality is gone. I'm the illuminating principle. Right? I'm the Ishvara Sakshi, illuminating principle, illuminating all the bodies.
How do you play this logic? Because still I will not know what's happening in happening. Then how do I call myself as universal?
Ishvara Sakshi is not Jiva Sakshi is individual. Reflection is individual.
I'm aware of what's happening in this body.
Correct. That's why reflection. The original is universal. It's only illuminating principle. It's not individualized to particular body. Individualized to personal body is reflection. So now you have to shift from individual to universal. Universal, I am not a Sakshi now. I am illuminating principle. I am the light. That light is called what? Atma Jyoti.
So from Jiva Sakshi, I'm being aware of something. In Ishvara Sakshi, I'm illuminating.
I am illuminating all the Jivas. Pratyekatma is Jiva Sakshi. Pratyekatma is Jiva Sakshi. So now you say, I am the illuminating principle. I am illuminating all the bodies. I don't have to know what is happening. It's like electricity. I give bulb, electricity, fan, tube light or flashlight. I don't care what's happening. I'm just illuminating principle. Okay?
Till this point, it is in the intellect only.
Everything is intellect, my dear. Mana eva karanam manushanam buddha mukshev. Ultimately, mind only is mind means is buddhi. Everything is intellect only. Nothing happens outside intellect. Now, only thing you have to realize is intellect is in the Atma. The intellect is nothing but Atma's conceptualization. See, now you are thinking intellect is instrument. Earlier, intellect was me, called knower. Then intellect became instrument. Now, intellect becomes instrument. Intellect was a concept in me, and that concept is one with me. It's an idea.
So Sattva became Sattva Guna to Sattva means this.
This. So, if I have to tell in another way, everything what we are dealing in the world is nothing but concept in the consciousness. Atma, Anatma, world, everything is a concept.
Holding on to the concept but changing the level of consciousness.
So now, is this clear? Jiva Sakshi is individual. So I am still individual concept is there. But the individual concept will go once you understand the illuminating principle, not the witnessing principle. I am illuminating the entire world. It's called Ishvara Sakshi. Okay. This is actually called Sakshi, Nataka Deepika. Nataka Deepika, where I say Ishvara Sakshi. Ishvara Sakshi doesn't know what is going on inside your head. But Nani can claim that I know everything because my light only is illuminating all of you. Right? So Nani's words can be, you have to understand very sharply. Otherwise, it will be misunderstanding. So now.
So but still, that's an illumination. It's not knowing.
Now, let's not, I'll come to that point. Okay. So From Jiva Sakshi, you have gone to Ishvara Sakshi. Ishvara Sakshi, no longer individuality is there. But still, there's a concept that is intellect, and there's a concept that something is there in the world. Now, what has happened now? This has become a concept. There's a concept called intellect is there. I'm using the concept called intellect is there. Correct? Samadhi, no. Okay. So there's a concept that I'm using, the intellect is there. Now, what is intellect? Intellect is sattva guna. Means knowledge. Knowledge is nothing but what? Knowledge is nothing but concept in consciousness. And concept in consciousness is what? Consciousness only. So now no longer there is a concept called intellect is there. So now Sakshi you have to say, so I am Vishwa Sakshi, then you have to say everything what I observe is mithya, because it's again still something is, I am individual is there, or universal is there, or intellect is there. Now you have to understand intellect is also appearing in the waking state. It's disappearing, it's mithya. The world is also appearing, disappearing, mithya. Now you have to have mithya to you understood, then I cannot be Sakshi of anything. I am just a light. And light is nothing but Brahman. The duality is no longer there. Intellect was also a concept which appeared in the waking state, dream state. It's a concept, appeared. It's like a dream character appearing. So now, what is the source? Pure awareness. Mithya is not real. Satya only is there. There's Advaita Brahman. I am that. So now this thought also has happened in the intellect. Now, this will dissolve the original avidya which started. That avidya is gone now. So now you have become one with Brahman. Again, this whole thing will not come up.
So now you have gone beyond this illuminating principle also.
The illuminating principle is, there's illuminating principle and illuminated is gone. Only illuminating principle is there. The light and what I am illuminating is gone. I am the light.
Ishvara Sakshi is there, but Jagat is not.
Jagat is mithya. That means Ishvara, there's nothing to observe.
Because there is no Ishvara Sakshi also.
I'm saying that's why you don't call it Sakshi, you call it Parabrahma. And last step for this is called Atma Jyoti. And that is the name. First step given to all of you. To understand one word called Atma Jyoti, you have to do a lot of journey. When light alone is there, nothing to eliminate, there's nothing to know. And nothing to know is called Sarvadna. Even if something little to know, this is not Sarvadna.
Dissolving the I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect thought is not simultaneous. It happens step by step. And I am the intellect gets dissolved.
It can happen step by step. It can happen in one step also, depending on how you are doing journey.
But what we just understood was dissolving I am the intellect.
Right now? So whether it happens step by step or simultaneously, depending on your
right, student.
what type of where you are. So basically, for a mature seeker, Pakva Sadhaka, okay, when Tattvamasi is told, he understands that I am is Brahman. Immediately the individual concept dissolves.
You said in I am this Shakti will be developed.
No. I'm saying Shat Sampati would have developed as a part of sadhana. Okay, you are done to the best of your ability. Shamadama, Nishoparti, you have developed. Now, still you have not reached perfection. The perfection will start reaching only when you start getting Gnana. So, with some amount of maturity, he has come to Gnana. Then they start becoming mature here now. It's Sakshi. Okay. Nobody can develop perfect Shat Sampati is nothing but Sadguru or only Gnani. But what happens, your admission criteria is required now for the Vedanta class. Some degree of Shat Sampati is developed.
Know about the company before you join.
See, basically in the earlier system, Gurukula, a child is admitted. For him, admission qualification is Brahmopadesha. That means he has to be told you are Brahman and you do Gayatri Sadhana. Brahmopadesha is already done. Tattvamasi is told. Then Gayatri Mantra Sadhana is done. Then he'll join. He'll then do Upasana. Okay. So then he'll develop Shama, Dama, Titiksha, whatever quality. If he develops fully, he can become sannyasa. To great extent, he'll become qualified sannyasa. Then they are called Bali sannyasis. So for them, he's told to sannyasa ashram. Sannyasa ashram, you cannot admit Tom, Dick, and Harry. They need a qualification. For Gurukula, qualification is Upanayam. For sannyasa qualification is Shamadama, Titiksha, Upadesh, Shraddha, Samadhana. Okay. He may not have reached perfection, but he has reached fair knowledge. Then, as he does Shamanama Nidhyasa, he gets fully established in that. Fully established is Jnana only. Okay. So now, this person is not fully mature. He wants to grasp ashrama. One way is go to Sek Sannyasa. Only 1% of the student or 2% of students will go to Sannyasa. And somebody wants to go to grasp ashrama. For them, Kama Sutra is taught. Please understand, education system. Kama Sutra is taught here, this path. Where the Brahma Sutra is taught for this path, Sannyasa ashrama. Then he goes there.
He has to face the life, dance according to tunes,
Yeah.
fall down, get hit.
Yeah.
Then we know.
So, are your questions answered? Anybody has a question? Gayatri, your question is answered or not?
Yes, Guruji, but I have one more doubt.
Yes.
Yeah. See, when I am meditating, there is a moment sometimes when my mind is totally silenced. So, can I relate this to that?
See, the very fact that my mind is silenced, right?
Right.
Okay. I and my mind is there.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Is there a duality there?
Yes, it's there.
Okay.
Correct.
So, that is called manolaya.
Okay.
Mind has become silent or absorbed for some time.
Okay.
Of course, in the waking condition. Okay. That will become manonasha. What will happen is when you realize you are Brahman, mind is not silent, not laya, manonasha happens. That means mind gets absorbed. The adnana gets destroyed.
Okay.
The duality has not gone. Right? So as long as you're doing manolaya, it's called yoga.
Okay.
Once you get crystal clear clarity and apply that clarity, that's called manonasha. Manonasha means the mind doesn't get destroyed. Adnana gets destroyed.
Okay.
Is your question answered?
Yes, Guruji, thank you so much.
So what did you understand? Can you tell me?
See, the laya which I am talking is mano laya. The mano nasha is when I get that point that the duality is destroyed and I am that one consciousness.
So then you're not looking for temporary mano silence of the mind.
Yes.
You are living in non-duality. The presence of the mind, absence of the mind. Presence of the world, absence of the world. Waking state, dream state, deep sleep state is irrelevant.
Okay. Got it, Guruji. Got it. Thank you.
So where does Ishvara Sakshi fit in here?
Yes, I'm saying, no? Jiva Sakshi is individual observer of your body-mind complex. So if I am Sakshi, I should know, I'm Sakshi, I should know what's happening in your mind. You cannot, because the consciousness reflected in your body is observing in your mind. But where is the consciousness coming from? The universal consciousness which is reflecting. Universal consciousness doesn't know what's happening within each of them. Of course, it can know different in them. So now that is the illuminating principle. Like electricity. Electricity operates a fan in different way, bulb in different way, tube light in different way. But electricity not bother what is the instrument. Ishvara Sakshi is that. Here the Ishvara Sakshi means Ishvara Sakshi doesn't observe the individual. Ishvara Sakshi illuminates the individual. Then you understand that there's no individual, even intellect is also a concept, then there's nothing dual. Then only Brahman is there, Advaita Brahman is there. Anybody else on the anybody else has a question? Narsimurti, Satyavati, Kanti.
Prabhuji, can I say somebody is talking. Yeah, please go ahead.
Who is asking?
So it was me and somebody else was talking. It was me, Narsimurti. Somebody else was talking.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say the outcome of discrimination is that whichever, whatever I see, whatever I hear, whatever I think is not not pure self or pure I.
Okay.
So at individual level, this is my Atma.
Okay.
So when I am established in this,
Okay.
so what I see in the world, when I see the world, like when I see you, so if you also do that inquiry, you are also that Atma.
Correct.
So when I now without doing this inquiry, when I look at you, you are my Guru Narasimha Prabhuji.
Correct. That's it.
So now I can extrapolate this to the entire universe, entire mankind, entire jivas, total total manifestation.
Correct.
So same thing is applicable for that. It can be applied to that, and that actually is Brahman.
That is Ishvara Sakshi.
Yeah.
Because still your concept of Sakshi.
Yeah.
Now then you understand everything is Mithya, then
Yes.
nothing to be Saksham is not there, observer is not there. Then there's a Brahman. The Sakshi is Brahman. Ishvara Sakshi is Brahman.
Yes. There is nothing called, there is nothing to negate.
There's nothing to negate.
So I stop there. Beyond that, I cannot move any further.
But there's nothing to know, no? Nothing to discuss, nothing is there. It's all matters over.
I merged with that.
Huh?
This all that not real thing is merged, is gone away. Only real thing is remained.
Real thing also doesn't remain. There's nothing, no comments, no comments.
No second. There is no. It is silence. The moment
I won't call it as silence also.
Okay.
Nirvana.
Yes.
Means it can't be spoken of.
Yes. The moment I open my mouth, it's duality.
I mean, it can be non-dual also, but the moment you open, the words are required. Words don't represent the real state.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, anybody else? Satyavati? Rekha?
So very beautifully explained, Guruji, step by step, everything. Echo ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? Echo ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ?
Yeah, echo. My voice is echoing?
ನಾನ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ದಾಗ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, it's okay.
So very beautifully explained step by step. I think this one talk, even a layman can understand. Ansute. Very beautiful questions followed by very beautifully explained.
Wait till my next class.
ಅದಿರ್ಲೇಬೇಕು ಗುರುಜಿ. ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ.
So.
Thank you, Guruji.
Kanti, any questions?
Questions ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ shift from Jiva Sakshi to Ishvara Sakshi. Here, only through Gnana, the intellect can get dissolved.
Everything is through Gnana only. Nothing is through, nothing is no other way. All this, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. You are applying Vedanta Gnana given by Guru. Right? By yourself, you cannot find, no?
Yes.
That Gnana has to come from the teaching, Veda and Guru. So you are not Jiva Sakshi, also is Gnana. Then Ishvara Sakshi is Brahman, is also Gnana. Ultimately, the Guru Upadesha Matrena, Guru Vakya is a reference. Guru Vakya, for Guru Vakya, Vedanta Vakya is reference. Pramana. There's no other way. Otherwise, we will start our own journey. We will misunderstand many things. Everybody can come and I am enlightened, his enlightenment is different, my enlightenment. Everything has their own personal experience as enlightenment. They can write big biographies also. I saw this like that.
Intellect is a concept of Atma, means
means what?
Guess.
Means when right now you're talking, right? Who is talking?
Through consciousness, I am an instrument, that is the body, or the voice is an instrument that is coming out.
So you have a concept that voice is the instrument, body is the instrument, and all these concepts are there, right?
Yes.
In deep sleep, did you have a concept?
What, Guruji?
In deep sleep, did you have a concept?
No.
The concept was there in subtle form. In Atma Gnan, the subtle form concept also is gone. So there's nothing else other. Are you okay with the answer?
Yes, Guruji. So, Jiva Sakshi to Ishvara Sakshi, that is, Jiva Sakshi means we'll be with in Sakshi. That means the mental disturbances will have reduced. All the that is Shama Dama Titiksha Upardi, all those
Will mature.
Will mature, and then so then we can the Sakshi becomes the Ishvara Sakshi, and then the Advaita Brahman.
Correct. You have to understand what is we. So many we's are using. Many I's are also using. You have to understand what is the I.
Consciousness. Okay, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
Any questions for you? What heavy? Huh? What is heavy? Sakshi, becoming Sakshi is heavy? Sakshi, become Sakshi properly. Right? These are the next step after Sakshi. Dissolving Sakshi also. Sakshitva also is a concept.
See, you're doing two things. One, first Jiva Sakshi, then dissolve Jiva Sakshi, then Ishvara Sakshi, dissolve Ishvara Sakshi, then finally Atma Jyoti.
Brahman. Atma Jyoti. Light. And be so happy. There's a first name given to you and the last name given to you. This was Atma Jyoti. That's the only reality. Okay. So we'll go to next slide.
The Ramnath in one talk he had said, all Panchakoshas are concepts.
Yeah, everything is concept. Panchakoshas are Atma. Okay. Yeah, but what happens is suddenly you will not tell. You'll gradually give the truth. Adhyarapa. Suddenly you give the truth, you'll get shocked. Okay, let us do a meditation and we'll close the today's session. I wanted to cover many more things in the today's session, but many things got covered anyway. So next class, I don't have to prepare. Close your eyes. Sit comfortably. Become aware of the world around you. There's a world outside there you. Where is the world? The world is nothing but a thought in your mind. Is thought not a concept appearing in the mind? And where did the concept come from? The memory. Memory says there's a world outside and that appeared as a concept in your mind. So at this moment, is there a world outside there? I don't know. Only mental concept I'm seeing as a world. The world is just a concept in the mind when I close my eyes. Is the concept real? The concept does not pass the test of reality. Something which is real is unchanging. The concepts and memory of the world are constantly changing. What is changing is not real. Then what is real? The witnessing principle, the Sakshi, is real. I am witnessing the changes happening in the mind. Is Sakshi real? Sakshi is in me. Sakshi is the conscious principle in me. The same Sakshi or conscious principle is there in everybody. The Sakshi principle in me is able to observe the body-mind complex of my body and mind complex. So it's Sakshi which is personalized, called Jiva Sakshi. But Sakshi itself is there in everybody. That's why Sakshi is universal, Ishvara Sakshi. Ishvara Sakshi is universal, eliminating principle, eliminating every body, every mind. Ishvara Sakshi does not know the particulars. Jiva Sakshi knows the particulars of the individual. As Ishvara Sakshi, I am universal. As body, mind, and intellect, I am personal. As Sakshi, Jiva Sakshi, I am impersonal. As Ishvara Sakshi, I am universal. I am the illuminating principle for all the bodies, all the minds. Now, is body, mind, and the world real? The body, mind, and the world is also unreal. It appears and disappears. Appears in the waking state, disappears in the dream state. Dream state, another body appears, another world appears. In deep sleep, everything dissolves. What appears and dissolves is not real. Then am I Ishvara Sakshi? I am the eliminating principle. Is there something to eliminate? There's nothing to eliminate because everything is just an appearance. Appearance is not real. Since appearance is not real, there's no meaning in calling me as Sakshi, Ishvara Sakshi. I am the non-dual Brahman, pure awareness, Paramatma. There's no other. I have used the intellect to discriminate Atma and Atma Viveka. Even intellect is also appearing in the waking state. Your intellect is also mithya. I am alone Satya. I am pure awareness, Brahman. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti 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 Nanu Nanembudu Nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla Sachidanandatma Shivanannani Shivoham 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 Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Atmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Satyadarshanam Antarjyoti Bahirjyoti Pratyek Jyoti Paratpara Jyotireva Jyoti Swayam Jyoti, Atma Jyoti, Shivosmiham, Lokaha Samastah, Sukhino Bhavantu, Lokaha Samastah, Sukhino Bhavantu, Lokaha Samastah, Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Harihi Om, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Harihi Om. Light of Self Foundation is 26-year-old organization. As a part of Atma Jyoti Vishwakurukulam, we are working towards selfless service and self-creation. Atman Mokshatam Jagataya. All of you are able, welcome to explore our website, YouTube channel, subscribe to YouTube channel, share with your friends. Namaste.